umpire has assigned by the Northwoods League at first base, assistant David Berberian. At third base, assistant Trevor Patience.
From Municipal Stadium in Kokomo, Indiana, the Rockford Rivets begin a 4-game road trip, and a crucial one at that, playing the first of 2 games against the Kokomo Jackrabbits here tonight at Municipal Stadium. The first trip that Rockford's taken here since their first road trip of the season, back on June the 1st and the 2nd. It's been more than a month and a half since Rockford and Kokomo faced each other here in Indiana. Rockford lines up this way. Caleb Durbin at shortstop bats first. Ben Rosengard at third base bats second. Jake Vanderwall in the 3-hole is in right field. Matt Higgins over in left field batting fourth, with Johnny Butler at center field behind him batting fifth. Tom Josten in the DH spot today and batting at the number 6 spot. Aaron Mann at first base bats seventh, and Michael Zavoli doing the catching is eighth. Josh Dutton as the 9-hitter is at second base for Rockford. Final of the warm-up pitches coming down for Josh Nixon, the right-handed starting pitcher from the University of Dayton, the junior from Minster, Ohio. 6'0", 190, making his first start of the season. Joined the team just last week. So the righty Nixon to face a lineup for Rockford of 7 left-handers and 2 right-handers, the first of which is Caleb Durbin, a righty. The shortstop for Rockford, he's 2 for his first 7 on the season. First pitch is in for a strike at 81 miles an hour, and we are underway in Kokomo at 7:05 Eastern time, 81 degrees at game time. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's high and outside, ball 1. Fastball to Caleb Durbin. So Durbin playing just his 3rd game. Was 1 for 4 yesterday and 2 for 7 in the series against Kenosha. 1-1 pitch. Hit back up the box right of the bag, and it's past second baseman Brantley Johnson for a base hit. So Caleb Durbin shoots it back up the middle, just off to the right of the second base bag. And Durbin's aboard to lead off the ball game for Rockford. That's a base hit. And Durbin's got his 3rd hit of the season in 3 games. Made his debut just yesterday. That'll bring up Ben Rosengard, the 3rd baseman. Rosengard is pretty new, too. He's played just 3 games. This is 4th. He's 3 for his first 9. He's got an RBI to his name as well that came yesterday. Left-handed batter with Durbin on first base. Here's the pitch. In on the hands, back to the pitcher's mound, taken by Nixon, goes to second for 1 on the first, and they turn 2. Nixon knocked it down in front of the pitcher's mound, got up and spun it through onto second base. And the throw comes on to first for the out. A double play retires both Durbin and Rosengard, and there's 2 away here in the first inning. And the batter is Jake Vanderwall. So Nixon allows a base hit, then promptly erases his man Caleb Durbin, thanks to some athleticism on the mound from him. No score here in the first inning. Jake Vanderwall batting left-handed, and the infield shifts him to pull. Here's the first pitch. Changeup swing and a miss for strike 1. Changeup at 70 miles an hour. First baseman Jack Krause is playing on the grass at first base. Brantley Johnson shifted over, playing in the outfield grass at second base. Shortstop Chinea is playing just to the left of second base on the grass as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Vanderwall, and it's a changeup that misses in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to Vanderwall, and the line of the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Vanderwall checked to swing, but held back. 2 balls and 1 strike. Home plate umpire today is Justin Clark. David Mayberry at first base, and Trevor Patience is on the third base duty. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball hit to shortstop. Third baseman snags it. Jarvis drops it and has no play. That ball ate up Jarvis in the shortstop position. That was the third baseman, so he goes against the shift as Vanderwall. We'll await on the official call as Vanderwall beats out no throw from the third baseman Jarvis, playing between second and third base. It is a base hit for Jake Vanderwall. And Vanderwall extends his hitting streak to 11 games. That'll bring up Matt Higgins in left fielder. Vanderwall on first base and 2 out. Here's the pitch. And a fastball is right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Middle infield playing the force at second base slightly. A slight shift toward the pull side for Matt Higgins. Second baseman Johnson again on the grass, as is Chinea at short. But not as extreme of a pull as they put Vanderwall on. Left-handed batter Higgins. Throw back to first base. A late jump, and Vanderwall gets back in time. Gets the right-handed on a head-first tag. Count still 0-1. No score, top of the second. Rockford and Kokomo. Meeting number 9 of 12 between these two teams on the season. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Higgins, and it's the throwback to first base again. Vanderwall with no tack put on that time. These teams have taken 4 from each other in the first 8 in the series. Each team split the series here in Kokomo back on June 1st and 2nd. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Higgins. Swing and a miss at a changeup, 0-2. The ball's 2 strikes and 2 out. Vanderwall on first base in a scoreless game. Rockford won the first game between these two in 11 innings, 5-4. Then Kokomo won the second game 6-5. They haven't played since June 2nd at this ballpark. This all-turf field here at Kokomo. No balls, 2 strikes to Higgins. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Ball's high and outside. Ball 1. Throw down is not in time to Vanderwall as Chinea, the shortstop, tags him. It was to the right of the bag, and Chinea either got the tag on late or didn't get the tag on whatsoever. The throw beat Vanderwall but was wide, and Jake has a stolen base. So Vanderwall has stolen base number 12. He had a base steal in both games in yesterday's doubleheader. Rockford swept by Kenosha to conclude that season series. 1-2 on Higgins now. Here's the pitch from Nixon. Swing and a foul tip, drop third strike, and it is a throw on to first base by Lavorsi, and that retires the side. So Matt Higgins goes down, no runs on 2 hits and 1 left off Josh Nixon for Rockford. There's no score. Bottom of the first coming up. Rockford gets 2 hits and strands 1 man to the top of the first. We're scoreless after half an inning. Here's the Kokomo lineup today. Logan Jarvis leads off as he always does and plays third base. Brendan Chinea follows him at shortstop. Austin Elder, the DH, is third. Ben Lavorsi is doing the catching and bats cleanup for the Rabbits. Jack Krause at first base is fifth. Chase King follows him in right field. Brantley Johnson in the 7-hole is at second base. Hagen Severance in left field is eighth. And Peter Abenanti making his first appearance with the Jackrabbits. The junior from St. John's is in center field. Jared Olson doing the pitching for Rockford. This is his 7th start of the season. ERA of 3.72, 2 wins and 2 losses. The lefty from Michigan State at 6 foot flat, 200 pounds, to face a lineup of the majority lefties. 6 lefties, 3 righties. So both lineups majority left-handed. However, Olson is a left-handed pitcher. Facing a lefty and Logan Jarvis to start, batting .316 for Kokomo. He's been their best hitter year-round. And here's the first pitch to Jarvis. Swinging a ball hit to first base. It's caught by Mann over his left shoulder for the out. A line out for Jarvis on the first pitch from Olson. That ball had base hit written all over it near the first base line. But the big man, Aaron Mann, at 6'4", leaps up to make the catch, sort of a half leap. And he makes the play for the first out. Good defense from Mann to start the game. And that brings up Brendan Chinea. Chinea, the junior from Nova Southeastern, the Miami, Florida native, actually leads the team in batting average at .340. He's played 30 games since he joined the team. back on June 18th, so he hasn't been an entire season player like Jarvis is. But Chinea has the top average. Here's the first pitch from Olsen to the right-hander. It's in the dirt for a ball one, a fastball at 84 miles an hour from Olsen. Chinea from Miami, Florida, has 14 RBIs this season and 36 base hits. One-oh pitch in the dirt for ball two. Chinea has a 13-game hitting streak going against the Rockford Rivets, or against the Northwoods League going into this Rivets series. A much better road batter than home batter, though, is Chinea. 2 balls, no strikes from Olsen. He winds and deals. And a fastball is up and in. Ball 3 on Chinea. So he's hitting 13 straight games. He's hitting all 14 road games he's played. He's batting .417 away from home. But here at Kokomo, he's batting .276. Still not too shabby. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4 nearly hit him. It's low and in the dirt. And Chinea walks on 4 pitches after Olsen got a first pitch line out from Jarvis. There's a 1-out base runner for Austin Elder, the DH. Elder, the freshman from St. Mary's in California, transferring from Cal State Northridge this upcoming season. Batting .258 from the left-handed side. Wearing number 8 in the Kokomo cream jerseys, the off-white color with red lettering and red numerals across the back. Jackrabbit logo across the front. Rivets wearing their road dark grays with gold numerals and gold lettering, Rockford written across the chest. Here's the first pitch to the lefty, Austin Elder, on the way from Olsen. Swinging a pop-up. The catcher, Visavoli, to his right. He makes the catch. And there's no tag from first base by Chinea. He goes back to first. Savoli with the play right along the dirt near the backstop to the right of home plate. There's a pop out to Austin Elder in foul ground, and there's 2 away in the first inning for Ben Lavorsi. Lavorsi, the opposite backstop, the sophomore from Minnesota State Mankato, batting .205 this season behind the plate. But his hitless in his last 3 games is 0 for his last 11. Those 3 games coming against Traverse City. Kokomo was swept by Traverse City in a 4-game series at Pitt-Spitters Park. Both teams bringing long losing streaks to today's game. Rockford's lost 7 in a row. Jackrabbits have lost their last 5. Lavorsi, a lefty, runner takes off. They got him in a pickle. Man throws on at the shortstop, and attack put on, not in time, by Caleb Durbin. Durbin was walking off as if he had gotten the tag in time. Olsen threw back to first base, and Chinea took off. Man threw to Durbin at shortstop, who put the tag on, but it was late, according to the umpire at third base, Trevor Patience. So Chinea grabs a base after being caught on the base paths. And Lavorsi awaits his first pitch from Olsen. This lefty-on-lefty battle. Rockford playing the second baseman deep, Josh Dudden in the grass. First pitch on the way to Lavorsi. Swinging a ball hit up the middle on the air. Johnny Butler makes the catch straight away. Didn't have to move a whole lot, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left, no errors after an inning of play. In Kokomo, there's no score. With 1 inning complete, our score is no score. Rockford and Kokomo, each team with base runners in the first inning. Rockford with 2 hits off of the starter Josh Nixon for the Rabbits. Base hits by Durbin and Vanderwall, but Vanderwall stranded on second base, excuse me. And we go to the second inning with Johnny Butler leading off against Josh Nixon. Butler now about to step in on this all-turf field here in Kokomo. 330 to either foul line. Left center field 348, right center field 369, and 400 to dead center. Here at Kokomo, Indiana, former Frontier League Stadium. Kokomo Jackrabbits with their first season of play in the Northwoods League. Here's Butler in the first pitch on the way. He is in the dirt inside for ball 1. Prospect League, excuse me. Jackrabbits winning the league, or rather losing the league championship series in 2018, so their most recent season of work. 1-0 pitch is hit a long way to right field. Back on it, Kang near the wall. He looks up. This ball is gone. A home run for Johnny Butler. He pulls one down the right field line, right between right field and right center field. Kang gave it a look and leaped up, but could not make the play. It was over his glove, and Johnny Butler leads off the second inning with a solo home run. Butler's second big fly of the season, and Rockford takes a 1-0 lead. First pitch now to Tom Jostin is down the middle for a strike from Josh Nixon. Butler was sitting on one, and he has really come into his own here, batting .290 coming into action today, the top batting average. 0-1 pitch to Jostin's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Butler had a home run back at home against Kalamazoo a few days ago. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Jostin. Up and away, 2 balls and a strike. And so Butler finding the long ball. Rockford notches another home run, number 16 on the season for them. Jostin batting .209 this year with 1 home run himself and 18 RBIs. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul tip on a fastball inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out. Rockford leads 1-0. Solo home run by Johnny Butler to lead off the second frame. That's their 3rd hit of the day off Josh Nixon, the Dayton Flyer, making his first start as a Kokomo Jackrabbit. 2-2 pitch. High and outside, 3-2 on Jostin. Well, Josh Nixon didn't start at all with Dayton this past season in 2019. He only has 2 career starts with the Flyers. Rather, 1 career start back in 2017. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Jostin fouls it off his left leg. Up limping a bit. And time has been called before a 3-2 pitch. Aaron Mann waits on deck, the first baseman. Jostin, a left-handed batter against the righty Josh Nixon. Jostin takes a stroll back to the on-deck area near his dugout before a 3-2 pitch. And he hands the bat boy his bat, and we'll get some new lumber. Aaron Mann gives it to him. So he broke his bat as well, in addition to taking a bruise on the play. So it's 3-2 on Jostin before he steps in. Looking more at Nixon, he pitched 4 times, 6 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, so a 3 ERA with Dayton this past season, 4 relief outings. Hasn't started since 2017, his freshman season. He had 13 appearances, and just 1 of those were starts. Righty from Minster, Ohio. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jostin, here's the pitch on the way from Nixon. Swinging a ball hit to right center field. Coming on is Severance. He lets it drop in front of him for a base hit for Tom Jostin. So the first pitch he sees with a new bat, and he sends one back up the middle for a base hit on a line drive. Rockford's 4th hit of the ball game. They lead 1-0, top of the second inning. Looking to snap a 7-game losing skid. They've got the early lead. Here's Aaron Mann. Mann, a right-handed batter for the Rivets, batting .212 this season. A hitless doubleheader against Kenosha, who was 0 for 6 in that series. 14 RBIs, no home runs for Mann. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a ball hit the opposite way, a shallow fly ball to right. Chase Kang near the foul line, makes the catch easily. And there's the first out as Aaron Mann is retired. Defensively for Kokomo, Logan Jarvis at third base. Brendan Chinea is at short. Brantley Johnson at second base with Jack Krause at first. Hagen Severance is in left field with Peter Avenatti at center field and Chase Kang in right. Ben Lavorsi catching for Nixon with Austin Elder in the DH duties today. Here's Michael Zavoli, a switch hitter batting left. First pitch is just inside for ball one. Zavoli is 2 for his first 11 through his first 4 games of the season, a 182 average. Freshman from Concordia, Chicago. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is in on the hands and fouled away. Past the concourse, left field side, out of play, 1-1. And on first base and 1 out, Rockford leads 1-0 top of the second inning. They've got 1 run on 4 hits, giving Jared Olson a 1-0 cushion. 1-1 from Nixon to Zavoli. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Fastball at 82 from the starter, Josh Nixon. Going from the stretch from the third base side is Nixon. Josh Dutton waits on deck. 1-2 on Michael Zavoli. Here's the pitch. Fastball is popped into the foul area and left field side. Hagen Severance over there, and he makes the catch just inside the foul line. Over in left field. Back-to-back flyouts for Rockford, and there's 1 man on and 2 out for Josh Dutton. Dutton, the second baseman, in dire need of a hit. He's gotten hitless in his last 7 games, so the entire losing streak Rockford's been on 7 games. Josh Dutton's had no hits. His most recent hit coincides with Rockford's most recent win. Thursday, the 18th of July, a week ago today in Battle Creek. First pitch to Dutton is just low with a fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. Dutton's average down to 242. We've seen some flashes of greatness from him, but it's gone cold lately. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, pulled foul, right field side. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one well foul. So Dutton's 7-game hitless streak, by far the longest of the season. Junior from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Was 0 for 5 yesterday. 1-1 from Nixon, the pitch. Inside in the dirt, 2-1. Runner takes off, and there's no throw down from the catcher, Ben Lavorsi. Josten takes second base on a ball that was knocked down by the catcher Lavorsi, but in front of the batter, so he had to scramble to pick up the baseball and didn't throw down. And Josten takes off and takes second base easily. And now the batter has a 2-1 count, Josh Dutton. With 2 away, top of the second, Rockford leads 1-0. Josten 2 bags away from some insurance here early on. Nixon holds the 2-1 and fires. Breaking ball was high and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Caleb Durbin, top of the order, would be next. Rockford the early 1-0 lead. 3-1 pitch from Nixon. Swinging a ball pulled down the right field line and foul again from Josh Dutton, 3-2. There's no bullpens in right field. The bullpens are on the first base and third base sides, but are penned off on this all-turf field. One of only a couple stadiums in the Northwoods League that have penned off bullpens. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Dutton. Nixon comes set from the third base side at the belt and fires the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call at the belt, strike 3 to Dutton. He was looking to take off for first base, but he's rung up and he has words for Justin Clark as he walks away with the strikeout. But Rockford gets a home run from Johnny Butler to right field. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors and 1 left. Rockford leads 1-0. Bottom of the second inning coming up. Home half of the second inning, Rockford has a 1-0 lead. A Johnny Butler solo home run puts the Rivets ahead 1-0. To lead off the top of the second, Jack Krause leads off the bottom half of the frame against the lefty Jared Olson. Olson's allowed no hits, just one walk so far through one inning. First pitch to the righty Jack Krause. The lefty Olson gives him a first pitch curveball for ball one. 74 on that pitch from Olson. Krause batting 186, the first baseman. 1-0 pitch is on the inside corner, a strike on a fastball from Olson at 85, 1-1. Krause hails from Milwaukee, native of Neenah, Wisconsin. 12 RBIs this season. Playing first base today. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Olson. Swing and a miss at a curveball inside. One ball and two strikes. It's Krause, King, and Johnson, 5, 6, and 7 in the Jackrabbits' second inning. 1-2 on Krause. Olson winds, and the lefty fires away. His fastball grounded hard to third base. It's a chop for Rosengard. Throws across the diamond and gets the out in time to Aaron Mann by a step. And there's the first out of inning number 2. Defensively for Rockford, Ben Rosengard is at third base. Caleb Durbin at short. Josh Dutton is at second base. Aaron Mann is at first. Higgins, Butler, and Vanderwall left to right in the outfield, with Michael Zavoli doing the catching. Tom Jostin at the DH spot. Jared Olson on the mound for Rockford. Here's Chase Kang, the right fielder, batting lefty. Kang, a .227 hitter for the Jackrabbits. Wearing number 10, the sophomore from UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio. Native of Deer Park, Texas, not far from Houston. First pitch on the ground to first base. It chops from He backs up, and he flips over to Olson, who makes the tag on the bag in time for the out by just half a step. The man had to back up for that baseball, and Olson smartly covering over to avoid a foot race. And Olson got there in time, and there's a 3-1 put out for the second out of the inning. Brings up Brantley Johnson. Johnson, a lefty, playing at second base, the junior from Dayton. Same as his pitcher, Josh Nixon, today. 4 for his first 29, a 138 average to begin the season through 11 games. Here's the first pitch from Olson with 2 out. And a breaking ball falls in the inside half for strike 1. Johnson hails from Indianapolis, the only Indiana native on this Kokomo hitting lineup at least. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a slider is blocked by Minzy. Rolls to the right, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Kokomo surprisingly does not have a lot of Indiana natives. In fact, just one pitcher, that being Jake Andriel from Carmel, Indiana. And Brantley Johnson from Indianapolis. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Johnson. It's a fastball in the outside corner. Strike 2 call, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Johnson. Olson looks for a 1-2-3 second inning. He's thrown just 15 pitches through 1 2/3. 1-2 on Johnson. The wind of the pitch from Olson. Breaking ball is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A slider, it looked like, from Olson that time. Hagen Severance would be next to this left fielder. Lefty on lefty here, Johnson and Olson. Olson shakes off a sign, and another, and another. Can't get on the right call now. He has it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounder down to second base. Over comes Dutton to his left. Plenty of time. Goes on to first, and there's a 1-2-3 inning. 3 groundouts for Jared Olson against this Rabbit lineup. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 2 complete innings, our score, Rockford 1, and the Rabbits no score. Top of the third, Rockford leads Kokomo 1-0. A solo home run by Johnny Butler in the second. Here's Caleb Durbin leading off the third. He singled back in the first inning. And the first pitch from Nixon is a curveball that falls well low at 65 miles an hour for ball one. Durbin singled off Nixon to begin the game. He's 3 for his first 8 to start the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and inside with a fastball with 2 balls and no strikes. Josh Nixon making his first start. 0-0 record with an ERA of 0. Made just 1 relief appearance before today. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball between short and third over to his right. Chinea deep in the hole, throws on to first and gets the out by half a step. Excellent throw by Chinea in the 5-6 hole. He backs up to make the play. And Durbin retired by just a hair for the first out of the third inning. So the only appearance this season for Nixon was back on July 18th, 7 days ago, against Kalamazoo. Went 2 innings in relief and allowed no runs on no hits. Struck out 2 and walked 2. A game that his team won 11-10 against the Growlers. Here's the first pitch on the way to Ben Rosengard. It's low and inside for ball one. Kokomo scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat Kalamazoo. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is inside, taken for ball 2 again by Ben Rosengard. Grounded into a 1-4-3 double play in the first inning. 2-0 pitch. Up and inside this time. 3 balls and no strikes. And Rosengard works the count in his favor. That was a Kokomo sweep of Kalamazoo back when the Growlers had a 6-game losing streak. 3-0 pitch on the way. Right down the middle, a fastball, 3-1. So the Jackrabbits swept the Growlers. Growlers came into Rockford with a 6-game losing streak. 3-1 pitch on the way to Rosengard is a fastball outside half, strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. So off a 6-game losing streak, Rockford looking to take advantage of that, and they were swept by Kalamazoo. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. Losing streaks collided in that game. Rockford had lost 3 in a row and Kalamazoo 6 in a row. Now it's Rockford with 7 straight losses and Kokomo with 5 straight today. 3-2 pitch to Ben Rosengard. Swinging a ground ball to shortstop. Chinea moves in and throws on for the out. The batter Rosengard really reached for that ball and swung kind of early and just cued it right to shortstop for an easy putout for Chinea. 2 away here in the third inning, both groundouts to shortstop, Durbin and Rosengard. Now here's Jake Vanderwall. Vanderwall singled back up the middle on a line drive for a base hit. He's 1 for 1 today. Also stole a base back in the first inning. He's stolen a base in 3 straight games. First pitch. Grounded foul. First base dribbles to the first base coach, TJ Merrick, and it goes by him. TJ Merrick at first base, and the manager, Josh Keim, is at third for the base coaches. And the ball's in 1 strike to Jake Vanderwall. Batting average ticks up to .284. Leads the Rockford team in home runs with 6 and RBIs with 32. 0-1 pitch is high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the third, Rockford 1, Kokomo no score here at Municipal Stadium. This all-turf field, one of the more beautiful ballparks in the Northwoods League. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Vanderwall. Fastball at the knees for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rockford's going to see perhaps the 2 best ballparks, aside from Madison, obviously, in the Northwoods League in this road trip, Kokomo and Traverse City, coming up in 2 days. A lot of nice fields here in the NWL. 1-2 pitch. That hit Vanderwall on the belt. And Vanderwall makes his trot onto, well, we'll see. That ball looked like it nicked Vanderwall, but it may have gotten out of the way of that pitch. That ball was headed right for Vanderwall's belt, and he somehow got away from it. So it's a 2-2 count. And the pitch. Outside with a fastball. 3-2 on Vanderwall, and he works the count full. Matt Higgins would be next. Josh Nixon has yet to walk anybody in today's game. He's got 2 strikeouts. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out to Jake Vanderwall. Nixon winds and deals the payoff pitch. Fastball grounded foul, a chopper to first base. That one went right over TJ Merrick's head. He didn't even move. He was crouched down, hands on his knees the entire time. Now race for the foul ball between the ball boy and Ben Rosengard just beats the ball boy to the baseball coming out of the Rockford dugout. Both of them were giving chase to the ball. 3-2 pitch and a grounder up the first base side. A fair ball. It rolls for Kraus, who steps on the bag in time to retire the side. So 3 groundouts for Rockford. They go down 1-2-3 in the third. And after 2.5, the Rivets lead the Jackrabbits 1-0. Bottom 3, Kokomo no score, Rockford 1. We're in Kokomo, Indiana Municipal Stadium. This former Prospect League ballpark. Jackrabbits in their first season in the Northwoods League. First pitch to Hagen Severance from Jared Olson, the wind and the offering. Swinging a high fly ball hit near the line in left field. Not deep though, going over is Higgins, and he slides to make the catch in foul ground. What a catch by Matt Higgins. Had a long way to go from his left field spot. And he got over and made the catch, sliding past the foul line. Loses his hat and all, but he makes the play. Secures the baseball for the first out. That's as good of a pop fly out as you'll ever see defensively. This Rockford outfield has some very good defenders. Higgins and Vanderwall in the corners. Butler not too shabby himself. Higgins has quite the arm as well. Showing off his leather there. 1 out now for Peter Abenanti, the new guy in the lineup for Kokomo. First pitch is down the middle from Olson for a strike. Left-handed batter Peter Abenanti. Center fielder, attends St. John's, native of California. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Sliders off the plate, 1-1. Abenanti batting .276 with St. John's this past season, the redshirt junior. Lefty at 5'9", 170. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Jared Olson. And a fastball is low and away, 2-1 on Abenanti. Native of Woodland Hills, California, going to New York to pursue his education and his baseball career. 2 balls and a strike on him. Nobody on, 1 out. And the pitch. Fastball inside, turning away Abenanti. Doesn't hit him, 3-1. 1-0 Rockford here in Kokomo. Top of the order, and Logan Jarvis waiting on deck for the Rabbits. Defensive change for Rockford. Hunter Fiorito comes in to play third base, replacing Ben Rosengard after just 2 innings defensively. So Fiorito, the Rockford region, now at third base, number 10. 3 balls and a strike. Another pitch to Abenanti from Olson. And it's a fastball high for ball 4. And Abenanti's first plate appearance with Kokomo was a walk. So defensively, it's Fiorito, Durbin, Dudden, and Mann left to right on the infield. We're used to seeing Dudden at second base and Mann at first. But Fiorito and Durbin, that's sort of the new thing. We saw Fiorito at second base make some phenomenal plays yesterday for Rockford. Rockford's middle infield has gone from a three-man combo of Morrell, Comia, and Dudden to just Josh Dudden for the moment. Here's Logan Jarvis, who lined to first base to open the Kokomo first. A first pitch swing that caused Aaron Mann to have to leap up beyond the first base bag. Throw back to Mann here on first base, and he does not tag Abenanti. Abenanti sold 3 bags with St. John's in 39 games, so might be a threat to steal a little bit. Lefty Logan Jarvis awaits the first pitch. Olson sends it to him. Inside fastball, 1 ball and no strikes from Jared Olson. Olson's pitch count up to 24 so far. Gotten through 2 1/3. Just 2 walks against him, no hits. No strikeouts either. Comes set from the third base side for the 1-0. And the pitch. Fastball is on the outside half for a strike. 1-1 to Logan Jarvis. Jarvis, the native of Franklin, Tennessee, not far from Nashville, attends Belmont in Nashville. Leads the Kokomo team in almost every statistic offensively. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. And now the pitch from Olson. Swinging a ground ball to first base, could be 2. Man turns to second, gets the out there at short. Throw back to first, not made. No one's covering the bag. So the fielder's choice put on second base. Man in front of the first base bag gets the 3-6 fielder's choice. Jarvis beats it out, but Abenanti erased at second base. So there's 2 out and 1 on. As Jarvis is the man on the base pass. And he might steal a base. He's got 11 stolen bags this season to lead Kokomo. That being said, here's Brendan Chinea with 2 out and 1 on. Chinea walked in 4 pitches back in the first off Jared Olson. Batting average of .340 to lead the Kokomo lineup and their entire roster. Olson brings the hands together and sets Feld high for the first pitch on the way to Chinea. Squares to bunt, puts it down the third baseline and foul. No balls and 1 strike. Did not square to bunt until the pitch was thrown. Chinea's hit in 13 straight games, walked his first time today. Chinea has played all but 1 game since he joined the lineup back on June 18th. That was against Rockford. First game of the 3-game series at Rivet Stadium on July 13th. Did not play that one after playing 21 straight games since joining the team. He's played every game since then, so he's basically an everyday player. No balls and a strike on Chinea now. The righty batter as the lefty Olson sets. Man holds off Jarvis at first, the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt for ball 1, blocked by Zavoli, and there's no advance attempt from Jarvis. Zavoli kept it in front of him and made the block. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not a bad crowd here today, a little bit light, but there's plenty of seats here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. More fans to our left than right, near the Kokomo dugout on third base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Chinea. Inside to hit him on the foot. A fastball at 83. Nicks Chinea on the foot. He was up hobbling, but now takes his gingerly walk over to first base. And runners go to first and second with 2 out. And Austin Elder, the batter. So 3 times, or the 4 times that Olson's allowed a man on base. It's been 2 walks, a fielder's choice, and now a hit by pitch. No hits so far, but 4 base runners. There's 2 on and 2 out now for Austin Elder, who pops behind the plate to the catcher Zavoli in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Lavorsi batting .203. The Kokomo backstop, left-handed batter against the lefty Olson with first and second and 2 out. 1-0 Rockford, bottom half of the third, and there's 2 away for Kokomo. Olson looks back at second base and steps off the mound. Shortstop Durbin came over to cover the bag against the runner Jarvis, and Olson had to step off. Chinea at first, Jarvis at second with 2 out. Austin Elder, after calling time, steps back in the box. Olsen's been staring in at Zavoli this whole time. Elder takes a weak half swing and calls for some more time. Another half swing. Now he steps his second foot in. And Olsen puts his left foot on the rubber himself. Waits the first pitch to Austin Elder. Here it comes. Fastball blocks Zavoli, keeps it in front again. 1 ball, no strikes. And neither runner opts to try to move. Elder from Concord, California, one of quite a few Californians on this roster for Kokomo, including manager Hayden Carter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul ball, sliced left side, 1-1. So Hayden Carter from California has brought so many California guys to this roster, including some from his own school, to this Kokomo team, that being Palomar College in California. Also has brought players from his previous coaching jobs in summer ball as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to Elder. First and second, 2 away. Olsen a long look in, and Elder puts his hand up at the umpire, and Justin Clark grants some time. Hayden Carter at 25 years old, previously in the Perfect Game League. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and a curveball's low again. Zavoli blocks it, 2-1. Was the pitching coach for the Jamestown Jammers in the Perfect Game League. And from that, he's brought Ben Lavorsi and Chase Kang from that team to this one. Jamestown, one of the best teams in that Perfect Game League. In fact, they made the championship game and lost. 2 balls and a strike to Elder. And the pitch. Fastball just barely nicks, no, does not nick the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch looked pretty well, or pretty well framed at least by Zavoli. And the count 3-1. Ben Lavorsi, one of those Jamestown Jammers, is on deck. Count 3-1 on Elder. First and second and 2 out. Both runners take leads. Infielders play behind them. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swinging a pop up behind second base. Dutton on the grass is not calling everybody off. Now he does and makes the catch. And that retires the side. So no runs on no hits and 2 stranded, no errors. After 3 in Kokomo, Rockford leads Kokomo 1-0. Top of the 4th inning. 1-0 Rockford leads Kokomo. Matt Higgins to bat for the Rivets. Struck out his first time against Josh Nixon. First pitch is a slow ball high for ball 1 to Matt Higgins. Nixon allowing a solo home run to lead off the second by Johnny Butler of Rockford, the center fielder, his second home run of the season. Rivets lead 1-0 in the fourth. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Higgins. Fastball, wave and a miss, 1 ball and strike. Low and inside. Higgins from Bellarmine. Batting average coming in of .284. He's got 1 home run himself. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High and outside with a fastball, 2-1. Higgins leads Rockford in base hits, at-bats, doubles, runs scored, strikeouts, walks, and hit batsmen. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Higgins has missed just 1 game. He's played 56 of 57 as Rockford, is one of only 2 players in the Northwoods League to have played that many games. A true everyday guy. Only missed 1 game this season. Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way. High for ball 3. Higgins pulls back the swing on a fastball above the letters, 3-2. The Rockford lettering in gold across the chest. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Nixon. The wind and the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Higgins fouls it off himself. Rolls to the left of home plate. Still 3-2. Higgins, Butler, and Jostin 4, 5, and 6. The middle third of the lineup here in the 4th inning. The second time through. Rockford 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. They've left 2 on base. Kokomo with no runs, no hits, no errors. And they have stranded 3. Payoff again to Higgins. The pitch on the way. High and outside for ball 4, and that's a walk to Higgins. A team best 30-second walk for Matt Higgins, and he takes his base. That'll bring up Johnny Butler. Butler, who homered off Nixon, between the right field line and right center field marking on the wall. Back in the second inning, the right fielder Kang gave it a look, but watched it sail out, but not by much. It's a pretty deep ballpark here in Kokomo, though, so he hit it a long way. Higgins on first. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball to the knees for a strike to Butler, taken 0-1. There's a few kids playing catch with a baseball. 4 of them to be exact beyond the right field side, and I would imagine that they're looking forward to another home run ball. The Johnny Butler home run enticed them to stay. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back, the ball in on the hands, and sent to the left side, 0-2. Pitching Butler inside that time. Low on the first pitch, inside the second. No balls and 2 strikes on him with Higgins on first base. And nobody out. Rockford leads 1-0, top of the 4th here in Indiana. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And just off the outside corner, a curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Speed drops down to 68. Fastball in the low 80s from the righty Josh Nixon, making his first start. 49 pitches through 3, and the 1 earned run. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ball line down the first base line. A base hit. Rolls to the right field corner. Higgins cuts it at second, goes for third base. The ball caught in the corner. Around third base comes Butler. He will score easily. Throw goes to third. Higgins slides in head first. He is safe. An RBI triple for Johnny Butler. And he's aboard at third base. Higgins scores on the play. And how about Johnny Butler? A homer down the right field line, and now a triple down the right field line. That ball was just fair and rolled to the corner. Took a while for Chase King to get the throw in from right field and a long relay, and Butler's got an RBI triple. 2-0 Rockford. Now the batter is Tom Jostin. First pitch, taken down the middle for strike 1. So Johnny Butler with 2 RBIs in today's game. He's got his second home run and his 3rd triple of the season. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Tom Jostin. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Off-speed pitch down the middle again. Jostin's 1 for 1, singled back in the second inning. And was stranded there. Butler at third and nobody out. Rockford leads 2-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Jostin. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Should have got the run, and Chase King camps under it. Makes the catch. Tagging from third base. Butler throw comes, and it's picked off by the first baseman Jack Krause of the pitcher's mound. And Rockford grabs a 3-0 lead. A sac fly from Tom Jostin brings home Johnny Butler, who had the RBI triple. A 2-run 4th inning for Rockford so far, and the Rivets lead 3-0 over Kokomo. just the start they needed. Rockford looking to win their first game since the first day after the All-Star break. A week ago today in Battle Creek, a 13-3 drubbing. They've lost 7 straight. Rabbits have lost 5 in a row. Rockford's got the 3-0 lead. Here's Aaron Mann stepping in now. Nixon a long set, winds and deals to the right-hander. Mann at the dirt for ball 1. Mann popped to right field back in the second. He's 0 for 1. Rockford's first baseman had a 5-game hitting streak before yesterday's doubleheader. He went 0 for 6 in the twin bill after going 7 for 19 the past 5 games. Fouls away the 1-0 to the left, 1-1. And the freshman from Drury at 6'4", 220. Little Rock, Arkansas native. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball high and outside to Mann. He takes ball 2. Mann born in Flagstaff, Arizona. Now in Little Rock, attends school in Springfield, Missouri at Drury. He had 8 home runs this past season, was one of their best hitters, the Panthers. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swings and sends one to center field. Moving to his right, Abenanti makes the catch easily for the second out. Didn't have to move a whole lot. And there's 2 away for Michael Zavoli. Rockford a 2-run 4th inning. A Higgins a walk on a 3-2 count. Johnny Butler tripled to bring him home. And Tom Joseph brought home Butler with a sac fly. So nobody on base and 2 out. The batter is Michael Zavoli. Now the infield plays to pull again. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Behind the screen, 0-1. Third baseman Jarvis plays about a step off the grass. And the second baseman and shortstop both shift slightly to the right. First baseman Krause behind the bag, deep at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a fastball is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Hayden Carter at 25 years old, a young guy, likes his analytics. So there's a reason why he's got his best batter in the number 1 spot as well offensively. 1-1 pitch is a fastball just taken off outside for ball 2. He uses shifts quite a bit, does Carter, and employs the offensive strategy of having your best hitter bat first to get more chances. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ball loop to center field, coming on, and Abenanti cannot make the catch. It hops in front of him. One hops his glove as he leaps up to field it, and Michael Zavoli gets a 2-out base hit. Dumps one down to center, and Rockford earns their 6th base hit of the game. Brings up Josh Dutton. Dutton's hitless in his last 7 games. 8 if you count today. He's 0 for his last 22 in that span. He struck out back in the second looking to end that second frame against Josh Nixon. Facing Nixon again here with Zavoli at first base. There's action in the Kokomo bullpen now. Righty versus lefty, Nixon deals, and Dutton fouls it away toward that bullpen. He'll end up going behind it on the third base side, 0-1. Kokomo's got 1 man throwing right now, a right-handed reliever. Try to get a number when we can. The ball's in a strike. Here's the pitch to Dutton. That's a fastball to letters for strike 1. Looks like Jacob Moskowitz, the newest addition to this team from Palomar College. The redshirt freshman at 6'5", warming up in the bullpen. The ball is 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up from Dutton behind second base, giving it a look. Johnson, he's called off at center field, and Abenanti makes the catch to retire the side. So Rockford gets 2 more runs on 2 hits, and they strand 1. After 3.5, Rockford leads 3-0 in Kokomo, Indiana.
2, Ben Laforcey.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Rockford leads Kokomo 3-0. Rivets a 2-run top of the fourth. An RBI triple by the Rivets. Johnny Butler, and then a Tom Josten sac fly brings him home. And Rockford with a 2-run inning in the fourth have a 3-0 lead. Jared Olson to face Ben Lavorsi to begin the bottom half of the fourth. He's thrown 34 pitches through 3, allowed no hits so far. Here's the first pitch on the way. And a curveball falls on the inside edge. That's strike 1 on Lavorsi, who is 0 for 1 today. Fly to center his first time up. The backstop for Kokomo. Batting average of just over 200 at 203. 2 home runs this season and 17 RBIs. And a step off the mound from Olson as Lavorsi called time before an 0-1 pitch. Lavorsi transferring from St. Louis University to Minnesota State Mankato, the Minnetonka, Minnesota native, so staying close to home at his home state. It'll be an 0-1. Olson now set and winds and fires the pitch. Fastball nicks the outer edge this time for strike 2 below the belt. No balls and 2 strikes on Lavorsi. Jared Olson threw 3 innings, 17 strikes, 17 balls, but 34 pitches, a low number. Despite all the base runners he's given up, and he's given up quite a few. 4 in total today. He's pitched efficiently. No strikeouts either for him. 2 walks and a hit batsman and a fielder's choice. Here's the 0-2 pitch on Lavorsi. Inside, nearly clips him. Taken for ball 1. A fastball from Olson at 86. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Three 0 Rockford, bottom half of the fourth. Glad you're with us. Kokomo, Indiana, the site. Rivets lead by 3. 1-2 pitch. Inside, that one hits him in the back. A curveball stings Lavorsi just above the red number 2 on his back, and Lavorsi trots on to first base. That's 2 hit batsmen for Olson today. Rockford's been struggling with that recently. Their pitching allowed 7 hit batsmen against Kenosha in the 2-game series. In all, Rockford walked 13 men and hit 7 in that series. So 20 free passes given up by Rockford's throwers in the 2-game twin bill that Kenosha won both ends of. 1 in Kenosha, 1 in Loves Park. Here's Jack Krause now in the first pitch from Olson. There's a swing and a pop-up right field side. Jake Vanderwall ambles to his left and glove up, makes the catch with 2 hands, and there's the first out of the inning. As Vanderwall traps it in right. Moderate distance, and Lavorsi goes on back to first with 1 away. Brings up Chase Kang. Kang, one of a couple Texans in this Rabbit lineup. 2 men named Chase from Texas. He and Chase Hacker, who is not playing today. Kang grounded back to first base. A 3-1 put out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Batting .226 this season with 1 home run and 18 RBIs. Lavorsi off first base as Kang adjusts his helmet. And each batting glove picks up the bat and is ready to step in. Now he does. Lefty on lefty with 1 out and 1 on. Rockford leads 3-0, bottom 4. Here's the first pitch from Olson. Swing a fly ball to left center field. Over comes Higgins along with Butler. Long run. Higgins gets there and makes the catch. Higgins was not really in a full sprint that time like it was in a foul ball hit to the left side. Over in the gap, and Higgins made the catch in plenty of time and room for out number 2. And Brantley Johnson comes up now. Johnson, the second baseman, is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to second base his first time. Infielder from Dayton, native of Indianapolis, Indiana. As I said, the only hitter on this roster for Kokomo from the Hoosier State. Rockford with nobody from Indiana. Rockford with nobody from Indiana, Wisconsin, Ohio. A lot of Michiganders and Illinoisans, though. First pitch to Johnson on the way. Inside fastball is called ball 1. Olson's been working very quickly. 41 pitches now, and he's got 3 2/3 under his belt. Plenty of stamina left for him. 1 ball and no strikes. On Johnson, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball right down the gut. 1 ball, 1 strike, and I'm sure Johnson knew he could turn around on that. Johnson's batting just 133 this season with 1 RBI. One of his 4 hits has come against Rockford. He's 4 for 30. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, Johnson made his debut against Rockford in a 3-game series back at Rivets Stadium on July 13th and 14th. Had 1 hit in 7 at-bats that series. Playing his 12th game. Been an everyday guy really since then for Kokomo. 2 balls, 1 strike on Johnson. Lefty on lefty. Throw back to first base, and Lavorsian standing. Lavorsian first with 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Rockford leads 3-0. 3 runs on 6 hits for Rockford. Olsen has so far no hit. The Rabbits through 3 2/3. 2-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball first base side. Nice stop by Mann, blocks it in front of him. Has to get over it as Olsen. There's no play. Jared Olsen covering the baseball, but no one was on first base. A nice stop by Mann to prevent more damage. And runners go to first and second. That's a base hit for Brantley Johnson. So the first hit of the game for Kokomo was a hard ground ball, a screamer that Mann stopped, blocked in front of him, rolled to the right, and kept on the infield. And so runners could only go to first and second. I'd imagine Lavorsi would have took off for third. That ball was earmarked for going down the line. Infield single for Johnson brings up Higgins Severance. Severance flied out to Matt Higgins in left field his first time up. What a catch it was by Higgins, sliding, going full sprint just inside the foul line at left. Here's the first pitch to the Belmont Bruin. Fastball high and outside, ball 1. Severance from Brentwood, Tennessee. So a couple of Belmont Bruins, a Nashville-based school. He and Logan Jarvis both hail from the Nashville area. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, 2 out once again against Jared Olsen. Escaped this jam in the 3rd. Long look before the 1-0. Now it comes. Fastball is taken for ball too low. 2-0 on Severance. Johnson at first and Lavorsi at second base. There's 2 down. 2-0 the count on Severance. Rockford leads 3-0, bottom of the 4th in Kokomo Municipal Stadium, Kokomo, Indiana, about 60 miles north of Indianapolis. The southernmost based Northwoods team, the only one in the state of Indiana. One of 2 new teams to the league. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Olsen. Fastball ripped to left center field. That's down toward the gap and an extra base hit. Rolls toward the wall. 1-1 scores. Lavorsi comes home. Around third base comes Johnson. He's being waved around. Throw is cut off at shortstop. Throw goes to third base. Attack put on. He is out. 2 runs to score. Lavorsi and Johnson. Hagen Severance tagged out going to third base, sliding head first, but a 2 RBI double for Severance off Jared Olsen on a gapper to left center field. Cuts the lead to 3-2. Rockford leads by just 1 after 4 innings of play as Kokomo puts on 2 runs on 2 hits. After 4, a 3-2 Rockford lead. Caleb Durbin steps to bat in the top of the 5th inning, the leadoff man for Rockford in the number 1 spot. Durbin is 1 for 2 today, a single and a ground out to short. Wearing number 7 in dark gray. First pitch from Josh Nixon. There's a fastball in the inside corner, strike 1 on Caleb Durbin from Lake Forest, Illinois, not far from Chicago, native of Washington University in St. Louis. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. And it's taken just low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rockford 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And the Rabbits 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a ball hit to left center field toward the gap. Over comes Abenanti, and he dives to make the catch. Abenanti lays out in left center field and dives to his right to make the catch. He sweeps some of the turf. And Abenanti, his first game as a Kokomo Jackrabbit, just takes an extra base hit away from Caleb Durbin. The shortstop, Chinea, could only tip his cap at his center fielder. Peter Abenanti, the 5'9" California native from St. John's. First pitch now to Ben Rosengard is in for a strike. No balls and 1 strike now. Rosengard's 0 for 2. 0-1 pitch is taken for a strike again, 0-2. That could be something that really changes the tide of things here as Rockford leads 3-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Rosengard. 1 ball, 2 strikes outside. And Rockford just giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning after they scored 2 in the top half of the frame. So Kokomo's got some momentum going here with that offensive inning and that catch by Abenanti. 1-1-2 pitch is inside, ball 2, a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now from Josh Nixon. 2-2 pitch. Low and outside, ball 3, 3 straight balls. Thrown by Josh Nixon. Pitch count at 82. Through 4 innings and 1/3. Here's a 3-2 on the way. High and outside, ball 4. And a walk to Ben Rosengard. That brings up Jake Vanderwall. A 1-out walk for the Rivets here in the 5th inning.
Third baseman number 10, Hunter Fiorito.
Brings up Hunter Fiorito. Fiorito and Vanderwall spot. So Fiorito replaced Jake Vanderwall at 3rd base. Here's the first pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. And Rosengard moved to right field. So Fiorito playing at 3rd base. Vanderwall in right for Rockford defensively. First plate appearance for Hunter Fiorito. And a conversation will ensue on the mound right now between pitching coach and battery. There is action in the bullpen. Moskowitz warming up on the left field bullpen for Kokomo. 1 ball, no strikes on Hunter Fiorito as the conversation ensues. Fiorito's first plate appearance of the day. On the season, Fiorito batting 1 for 7 with 1 RBI. Had the base hit in game 1 yesterday, playing just his 3rd game. Their 4th game for Rockford. Joined the team on Sunday. Played his first game against Traverse City, the Rockford Regent from Batavia, Illinois. Teammates with Zach Jones, the Rockford starter, a couple of days ago. Checked that just yesterday in game number 2. 1 ball, no strikes on Fiorito as he steps back in, righty on righty. Following a conversation, Josh Nixon leans in, has the sign. Set spelled high. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Fiorito. Swinging a ball to the right side and down for a base hit to right field. So Fiorito shanks on the opposite way, and it bounces into right for a base hit. 1st and 2nd and 1 out for the Rivets here in the 5th inning. Rockford leads Kokomo 3-2. Rivets with 1st and 2nd and 1 out. And the batter is Matt Higgins. Higgins is 0 for 1, struck out in the 1st and walked in the 4th and scored a run. The left fielder from Bellarmine for Rockford now has the lowest number on this Rockford roster with Nick Giroux number 3 and Blake Burrows number 1. Both no longer on the team due to injuries sustained this past week. First pitch to the lefty Higgins is on the way from Nixon. And a fastball is low, ball 1. Looking at some of the out-of-town scores in the Northwoods League. Scoreboard watching has become a daily affair for the Rockford Rivets. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Higgins now, and a throwback to second base as Nixon was about to begin his motion and made the leg kick, but turned and faked the throwback to second base where Rosengard resides. First and second, 1 out. Traverse City leads Kalamazoo 2-1 in the fifth. Kenosha's up 1-0 over Battle Creek, bottom 1. 1-0 pitch. Strike 1, fastball outside corner. To Traverse City leading Kalamazoo was a favorable result for Rockford. Kalamazoo swept a doubleheader against Battle Creek yesterday, so they got a 4-game lead over Rockford for that second spot in the Great Lakes East playoff. 1-1 on Higgins now. Here's the pitch. Fastball's thrown on the outside corner again. 1-2. Johnny Butler waiting on deck. Butler is 2 for 2 with a home run and a triple and 2 RBIs in the 5 spot for the Rockford Rivets. 1-2 on Higgins. Nixon has the sign and comes set. Now the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a ground ball foul, first base. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rockford's 7 hits to Kokomo's 2. That's one thing Rockford's done really well over this losing streak, is out-hit their opponents. Out-hit Kenosha in their series, out-hit Traverse City in their series. So Rockford, despite getting the hits, has been having trouble getting guys around to score. It's been an issue all season, really. 1-2 on Higgins now with 1 out. Pitch from Nixon. Swinging a ball hit to third base, a fly for the third baseman Jarvis. Infield fly rule put up, and the catch made anyway by Jarvis for the second out. And there's 2 gone for Johnny Butler. Big out to get here for Josh Nixon, what could be his last inning of work. His pitch count has crept up now to 89 with action in the bullpen the last 2 innings. That might be all, and it will be. That's the second mound visit used for Kokomo. Hayden Carter makes the trip out to the mound and will take the ball from Josh Nixon before a meeting with Johnny Butler, who has tagged him for a home run and a triple. He'll face the brand new reliever for Kokomo, Jacob Moskowitz, the big right-hander at 6'5". Coming up after this, Rockford leads 3-2 in the fifth. Jake Moskowitz, the new reliever, the righty from Palomar College, facing Johnny Butler with 2 out, top of the fifth. Rockford leads 3-2. Runners on first and second with 2 out. And Butler is 2 for 2 off Josh Nixon, the starter. Homered in the second and drove in a run with a triple back in the fourth. So 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, 2 extra base hits. Here he is with 2 on and 2 out. Moskowitz the righty, Butler the lefty. Moskowitz, the big man at 6'5", fires the first pitch. Inside a fastball at 86 for ball 1. That's a 3/4 delivery used by Jake Moskowitz from Palomar College, native of California as well. ERA of 4.66 with Palomar this past season in 10 appearances. 1 start. 1-0 on Butler now. From the third base side, Moskowitz fires away. Fastball outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Butler. Tom Jostin waiting on deck. Rockford leading by 1. Fiorito on first, Rosengard at second base. There's 2 out. 2-0 on Butler. Now the pitch. Fastball grounded foul down the first base line. 2 balls and a strike. On this turf field here in Kokomo. Sun will set in 40 minutes. 81 degrees at game time at 7:05 p.m. Starting right on time here. Just under an hour and a half played so far. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Rockford leading 3-2 over Kokomo. Rivets have lost 7 straight. Rabbits have dropped 5 in a row. Rockford battling for that second playoff spot in the Great Lakes East. 2-1 on Butler. Throw back to second base. They've got a man picked off. No, safe is Rosengard. That was awfully close as Chinea put the tag on. And Rosengard was really caught off second base there. Somehow got his right hand in time, sliding head first. Third base umpire Trevor Patience says he's in there. And the fans at Kokomo do not like that. 2-1 the count on Butler with 2 out. Moskowitz nearly got out of the inning right then and there. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Inside fastball, 3 balls and 1 strike to Johnny Butler. Tom Jostin waits on deck. Third base is empty, the only one open. Rockford leading by 1. They've out-hit Kokomo 7-2. Moskowitz sets at the belt for a 3-1 to Butler. The righty deals. Fastball is high for ball 4, and Butler draws a walk. He's been on base 3 times, and he walks the bases loaded now for Tom Jostin. Jostin has a single and a sac fly today, so he's done pretty well for himself as Jostin. Guy who has struggled on the road recently. He's 2 for his last 17 coming into today's game, but singled back in the second and sac flied back in the 4th to score Johnny Butler. Bases loaded and 2 out for Rockford, leading 3-2 in the 5th. Here's the first pitch from Moskowitz. Fastball is fly to left field, playable. Severance over near the line. Does he have a play? He makes the sliding catch and drops the ball. Severance slid, had that ball in his glove, and it popped out. And it lands harmlessly in foul ground for strike 1. And Rockford certainly lucky that Severance didn't make that play. It was playable for him. Made a long run, a la Matt Higgins a few innings ago. And the count goes to 0-1 on Tom Jostin. And he stays alive. Looking at the numbers on Tom Jostin, with the bases loaded, he is 1 for 7 with 2 RBIs this season. Bases juiced here and 2 out. No balls and a strike to count from Moskowitz. Lefty batter, righty pitcher. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball again, fastball. To the left side out of play, 0-2. On deck would be Aaron Mann. No place to put Tom Jostin, 0-2 with 2 out. Bases full of Rivets, leading 3-2 in the top of the 5th. Three and 2 the count. Moskowitz comes set. Long looking now, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball grounded first base side, and it chops foul again. Jostin just keeps on staying alive. He's fouled away the first 3 pitches he has seen. Count holds at 0-2. Jostin's average just .214, 1 home run and 18 RBIs. Got ducks on the pond, but behind 0-2 with 2 out. Rockford leads by 1. Moskowitz looks to get out of the 5th inning jam. He sets for the 0-2 and fires away. Inside fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball at 87 on the radar gun. Showing on the scoreboard here in Kokomo. The radar gun is positioned right behind home plate in the press box, so a few feet to my right. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jostin. Here's the pitch on the way from Moskowitz. Inside, hit him. That hit Jostin on the right leg, right near the knee, and that brings home Ben Rosengard, a hit batsman, and Jostin gets the RBI. Rockford leads at 4-2 here in the 5th. And the bases remain loaded for Aaron Mann. So give Jostin the RBI, his 2nd of the game. Rosengard scores the run. It's charged to Josh Nixon, so he's given up 4 earned runs now. Fiorito on third, still his responsibility. Runners are at every base for Aaron Mann, who's 0 for 2 today. Pop to right and fly to center. Rockford first baseman. Right-handed batter. Here's the first pitch from Moskowitz on the way. Fastball is shot down the right field side and foul. Ends up going out of play. A nice catch by a fan in right field. That's actually our bus driver who made that catch. Hang on a second. Our bus driver, Greg, just made that catch. He's got his glove at the ball game today. Nice snag, Greg. No balls and a strike to Aaron Mann. Here's the pitch. Fastball fouled away, 0-2. Fouled right at the plate. Ended up going in the batter's box. It appears to be our bus driver who grabbed that ball. Pretty far away. I got to take a closer look here and see if it is him. Looks like him, though. No balls and 2 strikes to Mann. With 2 out, runners on every base. Rockford leads 4-2 in the 5th. Pitcher Moskowitz. Swinging a ground ball foul, third base side, and it rolls out of play near the bullpen. Mann just fouling off pitches, staying alive. No balls and 2 strikes on the Rockford first baseman. Mann is 1 for 2 on the bases loaded this season with 3 RBIs. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul again on a fastball to the Kokomo dugout. Third base side, still 0-2 on Mann. Michael Zavoli waiting on deck, the Rockford catcher. He's got his equipment still on his legs in case he does not have to come to home plate. 4-2 Rockford top 5, 0-2 on Aaron Mann. Belt high set from Moskowitz. Crowd claps to support the pitcher. 0-2 pitch, swinging a foul away. That was an off-speed pitch as well, and Mann fouled it right behind us. Remains 0-2. We're in the second deck here in Kokomo. There is club seating over here to our left and right. Press box right behind home plate in the second level. The admissions, the seating is on the first level. Former Prospect League Indy Ball ballpark. Good facilities. 0-2 on Mann. Here's Moskowitz's pitch again. Swinging a foul away to the screen. And Mann just keeps on fouling them off. That's a 6th pitch of the at-bat. Fouling away everything. Moskowitz up to 16 pitches in this 5th inning. Relieved Josh Nixon after 4 2/3. Facing a 2-on-2 out jam. He has since walked Butler and hit Tom Jostin. Ahead 0-2 on Mann as the crowd claps again here in Kokomo. Moskowitz set at the belt. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul, third base side again. And keeps on going, and the crowd begins to clamor a bit. Not believing Aaron Mann can somehow foul off all these pitches. He's up to 7 in the at-bat. Still an 0-2 count to Mann with 2 out. Jostin on first, Butler at second. Fiorito is at third. Rockford leads 4-2. They've got 1 across in this inning. Top of the 5th at Municipal Stadium. First game of a 4-game road trip. Again, the 0-2 for Moskowitz is on the way. Swinging a fly ball to right field, shallow. Kang steps to his left and makes the catch to finally retire Mann on 8 pitches on 0-2. to end the 5th inning. Rockford gets 1 run on just 1 hit, and they strand 3 in the 5th. A bases loaded hit by pitch by Tom Jostin puts Rockford ahead 4-2, halfway down here in Kokomo, Indiana. Halfway down Kokomo, Indiana Municipal Stadium, Rockford leads 4-2 over the Jackrabbits. Rivets get a run on a bases loaded hit by pitch. Tom Jostin takes one on the leg and gives Rockford some insurance. Peter Avenatti leads off the 5th against Jared Olson. Here's the first pitch from Jared on the way. And a fastball down the middle for a strike. Avenatti faked the drag bunt. 4-pitch walk for Avenatti, his first at bat. Redshirt junior from St. John's. Playing center field today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, grounded out at third base. It is a fair ball. Fiorito let it go at third base. Down the line for a extra base hit. Hunter Fiorito thought that ball was going foul. Let that ball glow, and that ball did chop fair. Talking with the third base umpire, Trevor Patience, who made the fair call. And Abenante's got a double to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Off perhaps a miscue in the Rockford corner infield. So Abenante has made a great catch in center field. He laid out to make a catch last inning. He's got a double and a walk so far today. Not a bad debut for the St. John's Red Storm product. Brings up Logan Jarvis in the 5th inning off Jared Olson, who has pitched just 49 baseballs in this game. Lefty on lefty, Jarvis is 0 for 2. Here's the first pitch from Olson. Swinging a ground ball to second base, taken by Chinea at short, throws to third base for the tag, and Fiorito puts the tag on the runner, Abenante, going on the contact at third base. Bad decision there by Abenante as the shortstop, Durbin, threw on to Fiorito at third base, who tagged Abenante in front of the bag. Safe at first, Logan Jarvis on a 6-5 fielder's choice. Second time that Jarvis has grounded into a fielder's choice today. There's one away now for Brendan Chinea. Good heads-up defensive play for the Rockford infield, seeing that Abenante went on contact with nobody out from second base. On a ball hit directly to the shortstop. Here's Chinea now, who's 0 for 0, a walk and a hit batsman in this game, the Kokomo shortstop out of Nova Southeastern in Fort Lauderdale. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball's taken outside for ball 1. Native of Miami, Florida is Chinea. Batting average of .340, stays put so far today with 2 plate appearances, no at-bats. Right-handed batter with a 1-0 count with one away. Jarvis on first base for Kokomo. Rockford leads 4-2 in the fifth. 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Olson's worked as quickly as we've seen him. The Michigan State Spartan has gone as many as 6 innings this season. Went 5 his last start against Traverse City on July 20th. Game 1 of that series, allowed 2 runs in 5 innings, took a loss despite a good performance. Struck out 8 and walked 6 though. Highs and strikes and walks. 2-0 pitch, swinging a foul away. 2-1. Olson on road starts has made 3 of them. He's 1-1. Most recently against Wisconsin Rapids on July 12th, he picked up the win, allowed 2 runs in 5 2/3, and struck out 2. Walks have been an issue for Olson, and he's walked his fair amount of guys today. Olson has walked 2 and struck out nobody. 2 balls and a strike to Chinea. Here's the pitch. And fastball's at the plate, blocked by Zavoli. Rolls up the middle. 3 balls and a strike. Jarvis doesn't move off first. So Olson has struck out nobody 5 days after he struck out a season-high 8. Also walked a season-high 6. He's kept the free passes low as well. This season he's walked 22 and struck out 31, so a fair amount of walks for Olson. A whip of 1.45 coming in with a 3.72 ERA. 3 balls, 1 strike to Chinea. Olson's pitch. Fastball grounded to shortstop, and the flip goes to second for 1. The turn on to first, and they get 2. A double play. 6-4-3. Durbin to Dudden to man, and Rockford escapes the 5th inning. No runs on 1 hit. And we go to the 6th inning with the Rivets leading 4-2. We move to the 6th. Rockford leads Kokomo 4-2. Rivets to bat with Michael Zavoli, Josh Dudden, and Caleb Durbin 8-9-1 against Jake Moskowitz, the right-hander, facing the switch hitter Zavoli batting left. Here's the first pitch of the inning. Fastball grounded weakly to third base. Moving in Jarvis on the grass, throws on to first. A high throw, but a catch made by Kraus at first. And there's out number 1 of this 6th inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. And Zavoli is retired 5-3. Rockford has scored in the Last 2 innings, 2 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. A bases loaded hit by pitch by Tom Joseph on the right leg. Brings in Ben Rosengard. The run charge to Josh Nixon. So Jake Moskowitz comes out for his 2nd inning of work. Here's Josh Dutton now, who's 0 for 2. Lefty batter, here's the first pitch. Squares to bunt, puts it down and well foul. In the air into the screen. Off to the left side, 0-1. Moskowitz came in facing Johnny Butler with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 5th. Walked Butler and then hit Jostin. Aaron Mann was retired on an 8-pitch at-bat to end the inning. So the run inherited by Moskowitz. Charged to Nixon that scored. That was Rosengard. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Dutton. A fastball outside, 0-2. Caleb Durbin waits on deck. 0-2 on Dutton, who has struck out and popped out today. Dutton looking to avoid going 8 straight hitless. He's 0 for his last 23. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Moskowitz. On the way outside, 1-2 a fastball. Well outside and high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Game 1 of a 2-game series. Today and tomorrow. Game 2 is 7:05 Eastern Time, 6:05 Central here in Kokomo. Same start time as today. Rockford and Kokomo have split 4 games each in the season series. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Dutton. Now the pitch on the way. Swinging a pop out third base side. Jarvis gives it a look and has no play. It tails near the bullpen. Ends up going 5 rows back. Third base stands. Count holds 1-2. This beautiful complex. Municipal Stadium in Kokomo. One of the nicest ballparks in the Northwoods League. It's up there with Madison Mallard's, the Duck Pond, Warner Park, and Pittsbitter Park in Traverse City, where we'll be going in a couple of days for Rivets and Pittsbitters. 2 games in Northern Michigan coming up Saturday, Sunday. 1-2 pitch to Dutton is on the way. Swinging a fly ball, foul again, third base side, and Jarvis just lets it go. On the concourse grass that time, 1-2. Plenty of good stadiums I've seen, plenty of not so good stadiums I've seen in the Northwoods League. There's a good mix. Of course, the press boxes have ranged from good to not so good. This is probably the best press box, or one of the best in the Northwoods League. I'd say this is the best one we've been to. Traverse City puts you in a very good one as well. A closed off area, as is this one, a visiting radio booth. We're right behind home plate. Traverse City, we're up a line. A bit off center. Nonetheless, 1-2 pitch on Dutton. On the way. Swinging a foul back. That was a changeup to the first base side. So Traverse City, you get more space. You get a whole suite in Traverse City, but you're just up the first base line. You're not far from home plate, but here in Kokomo, you are right behind, dead center behind home plate. Here in the radio booth, and you've got a perfect angle of the entire field. Not a whole lot of space, but there's no one around you in your own room. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dutton. Now the pitch from Moskowitz. Swing and a miss, and Dutton goes down on a high fastball for out number 2. First strikeout for Moskowitz. Just the 3rd strikeout for Rockford hitters today. And Dutton is 0 for 3. Here's Caleb Durbin batting in the leadoff spot. 2 out, nobody on, top 6. Rockford leads this 4-2. Game 1 of this series. They haven't won a game since last Thursday in Battle Creek 7 days ago by a score of 13-3, hanging on to a 4-2 lead here in the 6th. Durbin is 1 for 3. Fly to center his last time. Righty on righty, first pitch. Slider is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Durbin single to begin the ball game off Josh Nixon, the Kokomo starter, who was in line for the loss. Got it out back in the 3rd and fly to center his last time in the 5th. 2 out and nobody on. 1-0 pitch from Moskowitz on the way. Fastball is just below the knees. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Durbin. Freshman from Wash U St. Louis. Batted .390 with the Bears this past season. 2 home runs. Stole 18 bags as well. 3 for 10 with Rockford so far. 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses the outside corner. 3-0. Leadoff man Durbin ahead in the count. Let's look around the league once again. Traverse City and Kalamazoo. 3-2 Pittsbitters, bottom 7 in Kalamazoo. 3-0 pitch now. Inside and a 4-pitch walk to Durbin. Missing with fastballs all the way, Jake Moskowitz. 3 straight of fastballs following a first pitch slider. 2-out walk given up for Caleb Durbin.
Right fielder number 12.
Third walk for Rockford. Check that, fourth walk for Rockford pitchers, or hitters today. Brings up Ben Rosengard, who has a walk himself. He's 0 for 2. Double play grounder, a shortstop grounder, and a walk back in the 5th. Here's the first pitch. High fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. And 5 straight balls for Jake Moskowitz. 31 pitches through just 1 inning. There's action in the bullpen for Kokomo. Some pitchers getting loose. No one throwing right now. Rockford's got nobody warming up in their pen, so Olson's got the 6th inning for sure. 1-0 pitch from Moskowitz. A bunt square and a bunt bluff. Ball is inside on a fastball, 2-0. Jared Olson's been so strong through 5. Just the 2 runs on the 4th inning. 2 RBI double by Hagen Severance. No strikeouts either for Olson. He's in line for a win. He's pitched very efficiently. 2-0 on Rosengard. And the pitch. Fastball clips the inside corner. 2-1. Hunter Fiorito waiting on deck. The Rockford third baseman replaced Jake Vanderwall in the 3 spot. As Ben Rosengard moved to right. 2 balls and a strike on Rosengard now. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken inside for strike 2 again. Same spot as the last pitch. Both clipped the inside corner. Say home plate umpire Justin Clark. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Durbin at first. Here's the pitch. Durbin takes off, swinging a ground ball foul off of Rosengard. Durbin slipped going to second base. Regained his footing, but doesn't matter. Has to go back to first anyway. With a 2-2 count on the third baseman, Ben Rosengard, who has moved to right field. Rosengard from the University of Chicago, native of Chicago, Illinois, batted .303 with the Maroons this past year. Majoring in neuroscience. One of the top schools in the country for academics, UChicago. 2-2 on Rosengard now. Moskowitz set at the belt. Durbin leads off first, gets thrown back upon, and Kraus doesn't tag him. Durbin took off on the last 2-2 pitch. Matt Higgins in the hole. Hunter Fiorito waiting on deck. Rosengard at the plate, 2-2 with 2 out. Throw back again to first base and no tag put on again. Rockford leads 4-2. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Rockford has never trailed in this game. Only tie has been 0-0. 2-2 on Rosengard. Moskowitz set and the reliever fires away. Fastball grounded foul at the plate, still 2-2. Another long at bat for Rockford hitters. This will be pitch 7 coming up for Moskowitz. Pitch count has reached 36 for him, and he's gotten just 3 outs. Now a conversation between Lavorsi and Moskowitz, the battery. No pitching coach. Beautiful night in Kokomo. 79 degrees right now. Sun setting in about 13 minutes. Just blue sky overhead. There's no clouds to be spoken of whatsoever here in central Indiana. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out to Rosengard. Lefty batter, righty pitcher, the big 6'5" Moskowitz set. And throws. Swing and a miss, high fastball gets Rosengard on a 7-pitch at bat. Rockford with no runs on no hits and 1 man left after 5.5. Rivets 4, Rabbits 2. Bottom 6, Rivets lead the Jackrabbits 4-2, Kokomo, Indiana, Municipal Stadium. Austin Elder leads off against Jared Olson to begin the 6th inning, and boy, has Olson been pitching well. His only blemish, a 2 RBI double against Hagen Severance in the 4th inning, a shot to the left center field gap. Elder is 0 for 2. He's popped out twice today on the infield. Here's the first pitch. Swing on a pop-up again, a bit past the infield, shortstop playing on the grass in left field, and the catch made at the foul line by Caleb Durbin. So a P6 to begin inning number 6. There's one away for Ben Lavorsi. 56 pitches through 5 1/3 for Jared Olson. He has struck out nobody and walked 2 runs on 3 hits. What a performance for Jared Olson, who has kept the pitch count so low. Looking to go beyond 6 innings for the first time this season. He's well on his way to doing that. Rockford's got a man warming up in their bullpen, or at least getting loose, not throwing just yet. Looks like Chesharik warming up, number 33. Kokomo's got a whole bunch of guys in their bullpen. One guy is throwing a left-handed thrower. Get his number in just a second. Batter is Lavorsi, and he's 0 for 1. First pitch on the way from Olson. Fastball inside, ball 1. Lavorsi flied to center his first time and was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Came around to score on that Severance double against Olson in that frame. Only 2 Kokomo runs today. Rockford leads 4-2, bottom 6. 1 ball, no strikes on Lavorsi. Olson throws, swinging a ball hit toward the gap in right center, but over comes the Rosengard to dive and make the catch. Rosengard falling down makes the play. The new right fielder for Rockford, subbed in for Jake Vanderwall earlier in the game, and Rosengard has a nice catch for 2 outs. That brings up Jack Krause. So we'll have to see why Jake Vanderwall is no longer in today's game. You can only hope there's nothing injury-related for him, because, you know, everything that's going on for Rockford's injury-wise. You've got Blake Burrows, Nick Jouer, Andrew Wilhite, who was injured in yesterday's doubleheader against Kenosha, going down. So Rockford's really been run thin on position players. They have just 12 position players in their lineup card today. Conversation between Jack Krause and Chase King, and an assistant coach for Kokomo prior to this 1 out at bat, or at the 2 out at bat. Nobody on, and Jack Krause, who was 0 for 2 today facing Jared Olson. He'll be trying to slow the pace down. Rockford's got only 3 guys on their bench. I beg your pardon, 2 men on their bench. 12 position players. Wilhite did not make the trip, so they're down to 11. Mason Minzy and Hunter Fiorito. Fiorito has come in the game, so they're down to just Mason Minzy as their only other position player, and he's a catcher. 2 out now for Krause, nobody on. Rockford leads by 2 in the 6th. Here's the first pitch from Olson. Fastball falls low for ball 1. Velocity at 83. We've reached the 9 o'clock hour here in Kokomo, Indiana, Eastern time zone. Sun sets in 7 minutes. 1-0 pitch to Krause on the way. Fastball is low and inside, ball 2. Beautiful night for baseball. Not too hot, not too cold. Very pleasant weather. No clouds overhead, no rain. 2 balls, no strikes to Krause. Practice swing from Krause. Olson now steps his right and then left foot on the rubber from the third base side. The lefty winds and deals the 0-2 pitch to Krause. Up high, ball 3. Krause, the first baseman from UW Milwaukee, native of Neenah, Wisconsin, not far from Green Bay. His batting average coming in at 186. It's dropped down to 183. 3-0 pitch on the way from Olson. There's a high ball 4, fastball, and a 4-pitch walk for Jack Krause. 2-out base runner, so Krause does not need to swing the bat. Here's Chase King with 2 out and 1 on. Up with the tying run. Rockford leading 4-2 in the 6th. Kang is 0 for 2. Grounded out to first base in the 2nd, then fly to left in the 4th inning. Kang batting .225. Hails from Texas, out of Deer Park, Texas. Attends UTSA, playing his 50th game for Kokomo. One of only a few everyday or almost everyday guys. Up with 2 out and 1 on. Krause at first, being held off by man. First pitch. High and inside on a fastball from Olson. 1 ball, no strikes. So as far as guys who have played so many games, Elder's played 45 coming in. Kang has played 49 entering. Lavorsi 39, Jarvis 52 leads them all. Kraus 38. That's really it. 1-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees for a strike. You know, both teams have dealt with high turnover in their systems. Rockford's had, as far as guys who played a lot, Matt Higgins 55, Josen 45, Vanderwall 51, and that really is it. Wilhite 41 is the next guy up, but he's injured right now. 1-1 pitch. Curveball misses outside from Olsen. 2-1 on Chase Kang. Both teams have just 12 position players, and Rockford only has 11 dressed today. So it's really run thin, as it really does late in summer ball. Having to find guys to finish out the season, both teams. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Kang. Swinging the ball to second base, caught by the second baseman Dudden, and that ends the inning. Dudden a couple steps to his right, makes a line drive catch above his left shoulder, and that retires the side in the sixth. No runs on no hits, and one man left for Kokomo. After 6 full innings, it is Rockford 4 and the Kokomo Jackrabbits 2. Top of the 7th after 6 innings. It's 4-2 Rockford. Hunter Fiorito faces a new pitcher, Chase Nix. First pitch from a side-arming lefty is flared to second base, and moving in Johnson to make the catch with 2 hands above his left shoulder for the first out of the 7th inning. Chase Nix, the new pitcher, the lefty from Arkansas State, the junior at 6'2", ERA of 4.86. Owns an 0-0 record so far. 17th appearance for Chase Nix, a guy who's appeared against Rockford quite a few times. Has pitched 4 times versus the Rockford Rivets. A 1-inning guy that's gone 2 innings his last 2 of his last 3 appearances. First pitch ball to Matt Higgins, the left fielder. Higgins is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Left-hander batter against the lefty Chase Nix. Pitch is grounded between short and third. Moving over is the third baseman. Jarvis makes the play, throws on to first. A hop and a catch made by Kraus on the scoop. There's out number 2. Jarvis moved over to the shortstop position to make that play. He was right near second base when he made the throw over. He cut off his shortstop, Chinea, fired a one-hopper over to Kraus at first base. He made the short hop. Higgins is down for out number 2 in the 7th inning. Facing Nix, so Rockford has faced Josh Nixon and Chase Nix. Nixon and Nix in this game. Batter is Johnny Butler, who has done the most damage. He's got 2 RBIs. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. First pitch is a 74-mile-an-hour changeup right down the middle for strike 1. The side-arming lefty Chase Nix. Butler has homered, tripled, and walked. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, a strike. 0-2. Nix also has a 3/4 delivery. Broke it out there. Usually is a sidearm guy, but also goes 3/4. Sets for the 0-2 to Butler. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not much velocity on Nick's pitches. Nothing above 77 we've seen. 1-2 to Butler with Jostin on deck. Here in the 7th inning. Pitch. Outside, 2-2. Rockford leads 4-2 in the game. We're through 6 innings in the top of the 7th. 2 out, nobody on for Butler, and a 2-2 count. Nix fires away, swinging a ball right back to Nix, makes the catch over his shoulder, throws on to first, and gets the out in time. A 1-3 put out, and a 1-2-3 for Chase Nix on just 8 pitches for the lefty from Arkansas State. Stretch time in Kokomo, Rockford leads it 4-2. Bottom 7, 7th inning stretch is complete. Rockford leads Kokomo 4-2, Municipal Stadium, Kokomo, Indiana. Rivets 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And the Jackrabbits 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors themselves. Brantley Johnson leads off the 7th inning against Jared Olson, who has pitched 66. 2 runs on just 3 hits. Struck out nobody and walked 3. Has done very well today. Johnson facing Olson, lefty on lefty to begin the 7th for Kokomo. First pitch on the way. Fastball's fouled away, left side 0-1. Johnson's 1 for 2. Singled on the infield back in the 4th, of all that ate up Aaron Mann. Grounded out his first time up to second base. 0-1 the count. Olson winds and offers the pitch. Fastball is low, just above the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rivets leave the middle of the infield just wide open near second base. Left side shifted slightly toward the left, and the right side shifted slightly toward the right. There's a stray ball in right field from the kids playing catch out there, and Ben Rosengard comes out to flip the ball back into the grass in the out-of-bounds area beyond the right center field wall. So a delay before a 1-1 pitch. Now everyone's ready to go. Johnson, Severance, and Abenati, 7, 8, and 9 in the 7th inning for Kokomo. 1 ball, 1 strike, and now the pitch from Olson. Swinging a foul ball hit to the left field side, and out of play it goes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hagen Severance on deck, have the 2 RBI double back in the 4th inning. The only 2 rapid runs. Here's the 1-2 from Olson on the way. Inside and high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A fastball from Jared Olson. And there's pitch number 70. 35 strikes, 35 balls. He's been pretty much balanced all day. As Jared Olson. but he's gotten through batters quickly. Here's a 2-2 on Johnson, the pitch from Olsen. Swinging a ground ball, chop between first and second. A man comes over, Olsen covering, man overhand. So Olsen and puts his foot on the bag for the first out in time. That's a put out by the variety of 3-1. Olsen covering as man was pulled way off the bag towards second base. And there's a first out of the inning off Brantley Johnson. Brings up Hagen Severance. Severance, the Belmont Bruin, had the 2 RBI double in the fourth. Flied out to Matt Higgins in left field back in the third. In foul ground, the great catch by Higgins. So he's put 2 balls in the outfield. The double, a gap shot to left center. So Severance is 1 for 2. Righty against the lefty Jared Olsen. Facing the only guy who's really tagged him today. And the first pitch coming. Fastball misses the outside part, 0-1, or rather 1-0. That was the most recent hit that Olsen has given up. In the 5th inning was Peter Abenati to lead it off. Kokomo's had 3 hits. 2 of them were doubles. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Under it, Rosengard to his left makes the catch on a high pop. There's the second out of the 7th inning. And Olsen just cruising along right now. No hits allowed since the leadoff man of the 5th got on. This is the end of the 3rd time through the batting order with Peter Abenati batting in the 9th spot for the 3rd time today in the 7th inning. He has doubled and walked so far. He's been one of the most effective guys for Kokomo offensively and defensively today. The new guy, the redshirt junior from St. John's. 1 for 1 is Abenati. Lefty batter, first pitch from Olsen on the way. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 1. Abenati has the defensive highlight of the night for Kokomo. Both teams have been spectacular with catches in the outfield. Higgins had the one for Rockford on a highlight off of Hagen Severance's ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Abenati. Slider falls outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the order would be next in Logan Jarvis. Rockford leads 4-2. We're in the bottom half of the 7th. Nobody on and 2 out for Kokomo. 1-1 on the center fielder, Peter Abenati. The wind and then the Olsen pitch. Swinging a foul back on a fastball, 1-2. And Olsen 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 7th inning. Rockford holds a 2-run lead. They've never trailed. They haven't been tied since 0-0. They scored in the 2nd to take a 1-0 lead and have not trailed or looked back really since. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Abenati. Olsen winds and throws. Swinging a chopper past the mound. Olsen does pick it up. There's no one covering first base, and Abenati is safe. Aaron Mann pulled off the bag at first, wanted to field that chop in the second baseman spot, but Olsen wanted to get the ball himself, so no one was covering first base. And a base hit for Peter Abenati on a communication miscue in the Rockford infield. It was a tough ball to field. Normally not a ball that the pitcher would get, but Olsen made the play and had plenty of time had Mann been on first base. So Mann thought Olsen would cover first base, and Mann would get the ball. Either way, it would have worked, but both thought the same thing, and both went toward the baseball. Olsen picked it up and had no play. No one was on first base. Infield single for Peter Abenati, who's now 2 for 2, and the batter is Logan Jarvis with 2 out. Jarvis is 0 for 3, has lined to first base and grounded into 2 fielders' choices. 3-6 and 6-5 for him. 2 out in the 7th. Here's the first pitch. Fastball right down the heart for a strike, 0-1. So Jarvis batting .316 coming in. Best player for Kokomo all season. He's been their main guy. He's hitting so many big situations. And Aiden Carter puts him in the number 1 spot almost every game. Runner takes off on 0-1. Pitch outside, ball 1. Throw down from Zavoli. Nearly leaks in the outfield. Nice scoop by the shortstop Durbin on a very bad throw from Zavoli off to the right side and low. Stolen base for Abenati. He's at second now. 1-1 on Jarvis. So Carter uses the method of putting your best batting average guy, your best production guy in the 1 spot to give him more chances every game. And it's worked out so far. He's batting over 300. Leads in every offensive category just about. He's got 29 RBIs, 2 home runs this season. We speculated that on one of our home games on television. Larry Larson and I, and we got confirmation today here in Kokomo that that is indeed the Hayden Carter strategy. To put your best guy at the 1 spot. this case Jarvis, because he's been the one guy who's produced all season. No one really else can say they've produced all year long for the Jackrabbits. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jarvis. Avenatti at second and 2 out. Infield plays a bit to pull on the right side. Pitch. Swinging a ball, hit the opposite way to left field, backing up and making a catch is Matt Higgins over his left shoulder. His first step was in. Higgins had to go out, but he went out and made the catch near the left center field marking on the wall. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. No errors for Rockford. After 7, Rivets lead the Jackrabbits 4-2. Top of the 8th, Rockford leads 4-2 here in Kokomo, Indiana Municipal Stadium over the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Tom Josten bats against Chase Nix to begin the 8th. It's lefty on lefty. Josten has singled and driven in 2 runs. He is sacked, flied, and been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded last time out. 2 RBI day for him. First pitch from Nix. Swinging a ball is flared out of play, left side 0-1. So Tom Josten is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs today, one of 2 men with multiple RBIs, the other being Johnny Butler. Both have 2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside ball 1 from Nix. The start-arming lefty from Arkansas State pitched a 1-2-3 7th inning in just 8 pitches. 1-1 pitch. Over the plate for a strike, 1-2. Josh Nixon went 4 2/3. Jake Moskowitz went 1 1/3, allowed no runs, no hits. Chase Nix now, the same so far through 1. 1-2 on Josten the pitch. Swinging a ball hit to left center field, moving over Abenanti. He has room though, and it's Severance who makes the catch, cuts him off and left. Severance with the catch in left center field. There's 1 away as Josten is retired. And the batter is Aaron Mann. Rockford leads 4-2. They have not won since a week ago today. Last Thursday in Battle Creek, a 13-3 win over the Bombers to begin the last third of the season after the All-Star break ended. Josh Kimes said if you win 15 of your last 24 games, that's 40. That's the Rockford record and likely a playoff berth. First pitch to Mann is high and outside, 1-0. So far, Rockford, since that message, has won their first game and lost their next 7. So they are 1-7. A record of 26-30, 6-15 in the second half. They are the worst team record-wise in the second half in the Great Lakes East. 1-0 pitch. Grounder down to shortstop, moving to his right. Chinea stops, throws on to first, and gets the out in time by a step to Mann. Nice play by Chinea, moving to his right, deep in the dirt, or figuratively speaking at least. We are on turf. Making the play. There's 2 down. And Zavoli comes to the plate. So Josh Kimes' message hasn't worked out too well. Of course, Rockford lost game 2 against Battle Creek, ran into a buzzsaw that was Traverse City, lost 2 games that they could have won against Kalamazoo, lost 2 that they should have won against Kenosha. First pitch on the way to Zavoli's in for a strike inside corner. These are close games Rockford losing, really. All of their losses have been attainable in some way. They really have. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A changeup 0-2. 0-2 on Zavoli with 2 outs. It's been such a frustrating week for Rockford and Rivet fans. 7 straight, the longest streak of the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to left field. Backing up on it, Severance near the wall. He looks up and he makes the catch against the wall. Hagen Severance against the wall in left field makes the catch. And Zavoli cannot get on base. He flies out and that ends the inning. A 1-2-3 once again for Chase Nix after 8. Rather 7.5, it is 4-2 Rockford. Bottom of the 8th. Rockford leads at 4-2. Jared Olson still on the mound. 80 pitches deep through 7 innings. He's given up 4 hits and 2 earned runs. This team has a 4-2 lead for him, looking to win their first game in a week. Brennan Chinea leads off against Jared Olson. The 2, 3, and 4 batters, Chinea, Elder, and Lavorsi for the Kokomo Jackrabbits, who have lost 5 in a row. They last won on Saturday against Battle Creek. Rockford last won on Thursday against Battle Creek. Out-of-town scores, Kalamazoo and Traverse City tied at 3 in the 9th inning in Kalamazoo. And Kenosha leads Battle Creek 3-0 in the 4th. That's the Great Lakes East. Chinea against Olson. Chinea, the right-handed batter. Olson, the lefty. Looking to go 8 strong here in this Thursday night in Kokomo. First pitch on the way. And a changeup falls low at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes on Chinea. He's 0 for 1, was walked in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the 5th. 1 ball and no strikes. Olson's pitch. Fastball is up high. 2 balls, no strikes on Chinea. Olson so far has struck out nobody, walked 3. He's kept the base runners down, though. He has hit 2 batters, one of them, Brennan Chinea. 2-0 pitch. And a strike on the inside, other outside corner, 2-1. That was the first hit batsman against Chinea this season. The other guy he hit was only back in the 4th inning against Ben Lavorsi. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen, 2-2. Overall, a great rebound day for Jared Olson and the pitching staff, really, for Rockford so far. Pitching did not look good against Kenosha, allowed 13 runs. And gave up 20 free passes, 13 walks, and 7 hit by pitch. 2-2 pitch now. Swinging a foul tip. Chinea just got a piece on a breaking ball and sent one to the backstop. Remains 2-2. Likely will be Olson's last inning here. Rockford has a couple of pitchers getting loose in the bullpen. Tom Jasharik among others. He's been there the longest. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. The pitch to Chinea from Olson on the way. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball at 76, gets him down. And there is strikeout number 1 for Jared Olson. Hard to believe he goes 7 innings with no strikeouts. I don't think I've seen that this season for the Rockford Rivets, a team that is so good with strikeouts. In fact, the #1 strikeout team in the Northwoods League. 9.5 Ks per 9 innings, most in the Northwoods. There's their first one of the game here in the 8th. One away now for Austin Elder. Elder was 0 for 3 with a trio of pop-outs. Pop-out to the catcher Zavoli, the second baseman Dutton, and the shortstop Durbin last time. First pitch. Swinging a pop-up. This one tailing foul, though, out of play. Off to our left, off the roof of the stadium, 0-1. So Elder is 0 for 3, batting .253 this season. Freshman from St. Mary's in California. No balls and a strike to Elder. Now the pitch. Fastball is a pop-up behind second base. Moving over is Durbin, the shortstop, and he makes the catch on the edge of the dirt for the second out. So 4 pop-ups and 4 at-bats for Austin Elder against Jared Olson. Not a golden sombrero, but a golden something or other. I have not seen that so far this season either. Here's Ben Lavorsi with 2 out, nobody on. 4-2 Rockford, bottom 8. Rivets in their 9th inning with a 4-2 lead. We'll have Josh Dutton, Caleb Durbin, and Ben Rosengard, at least if no one is substituted for. They lead 4-2. No runs have been scored for either team since the 5th inning. Both of Kokomo's runs came back in the 4th. A 2 RBI double by Hagen Severance. Here's Ben Lavorsi, the catcher, who's 0 for 2. First pitch. Fastball's right down the gut for a strike. Lavorsi has fly to center, hit by a pitch, and fly to right. His last time in the 6th inning. Lavorsi batting .202 on the season. Sophomore from Mankato. The ball's in a strike, lefty on lefty here. And the pitch from Olson. Breaking ball is just off the plate high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball at 75. That's pitch number 90 for Jared Olson. Through 7 2/3, 49 strikes, 41 balls. We'll see if he'll want the ball in the 9th. I'm sure he will. But will Josh Keim give it to him? 1-1 on Lavorsi. Long set from Olson now. Now he winds and throws the 1-1. Fastball's fouled to the low screen, 1-2. And Olson's still well within his pitch count. Below the 100 mark set by the Northwoods League. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Lavorsi. Olson went 96 pitches his last appearance. He went 5 against Traverse City in 96 pitches, so he can go pretty far. Has not gone beyond 6 this season. He's gone 7 2/3 so far today. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lavorsi. This lefty on lefty battle. Olson's pitch. Swinging a foul tip. Back to the backstop on a ball inside. A fastball at 87. 1-2. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Rockford. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Kokomo. At the edge of the eastern time zone, the sun has set, but the sky is still a dark blue in twilight. Not a pitch black sky as we usually have at this time in Rockford. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lavorsi. Here's the pitch from Olson. Swinging a foul ball to the first base side. A hard grounder foul off the sidewall. Bounces back toward the right fielder, Ben Rosengard, who goes over to get it in fair ground in right field. One ball and 2 strikes. Lavorsi now steps back in. Olson wipes some sweat off the seat of his pants. Now holds the 1-2. He throws. Breaking ball, grounded foul, first base side again. Lavorsi got early on 1 and chopped it foul to the right. Jack Krause would be next. He's 0 for 2. Lavorsi also 0 for 2 and a 1 ball, 2 strike count. This long at bat from Olson, who has kept at bats short in this game. This is pitch number 7 coming up. His ERA has gone down from 3.72 today as Olson looking for win number 3. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss, and down goes Lavorsi, and that is the 8th inning. So Jared Olson had no strikeouts through 7. He gets 2 in the 8th, a 1-2-3 8th frame for Olson. And after 8 innings of play, we go to the 9th. Rockford leads Kokomo 4-2. Top of the ninth inning, Rockford leads it 4-2 over Kokomo. Municipal Stadium, Kokomo, Indiana, about 60 miles north of Indianapolis. Josh Dutton leads off against Stone. Colin Stone, the new pitcher. Arkansas State Red Wolf replacing Chase Nix, the other Arkansas State Red Wolf on this team. Here's the first pitch to Dutton. Fastball's high and outside at 88 miles an hour from Colin Stone for ball one. Rockford looking to snap a 7-game losing streak. They've got 3 outs to get. Looking to get some insurance offensively first. 1-0 pitch. Dutton takes a fastball high for ball two. Stone, an ERA of 3.86, a record of 0-1. Has faced Rockford once this season. That was back on July 14th, the last time these two teams played. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the pitch. Swinging a ball, hit to second base, moving to his left Johnson, and plenty of time and plenty of room. Throws him out. And a 4-3 putout. Josh Dutton is 0 for 4. So now his hitless streak goes to 8 games and 0 for 25. Not been a good stretch for Josh Dutton over this losing streak for Rockford, but it could end today. Here's Caleb Durbin, top of the order for Rockford, 5th time through the batting card. Caleb Durbin is 1 for 3, a single and a walk the last time up. First pitch from Colin Stone, the righty. Fires it high and outside. A fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. Stone pitched 2 scoreless innings back on July 14th against Rockford, the walk-off loss for the Jackrabbits against the Rivets. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Durbin. Fastball is outside, skips away to the backstop, and bounces back to home plate. Off the carom, 2 balls, no strikes. Rockford looking to take the lead in the season series. They've tied the first 8 games 4 apiece. The final 4 games of the series to be played here in Kokomo. Rockford ends their season series here. 2-0 pitch. Fastball down the middle for strike 1. Rockford ends their season, I should say, here in Kokomo, July 10th, or rather August 10th and 11th. Saturday-Sunday series to close out the Northwoods League schedule in the regular season. 2 balls, 1 strike to Caleb Durbin, the pitch. Fastball is outside, 3-1. So Rockford began their road stretch here. Their first ever road trip was to Kokomo on June 1st. And they will end their season here. So their first and last road trips are to Kokomo, Indiana. 3 balls, 1 strike on Durbin. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle, strike 2. Rockford hoping it's not their last road trip of the entire year, just the regular season. 4 games back of Kalamazoo entering today. Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard from Kalamazoo, it's still tied in the 9th inning. 3-2 pitch, swinging a fly ball to right field. Over toward the line comes Kang. He makes the catch on the run. Up against the foul line, and he runs up against the side wall as Durbin is retired for the 2nd out of the 9th. Rockford has been retired 9 guys in a row by a combination of Jake Moskowitz, Chase Nix, and now Colin Stone. 2 out now for Ben Rosengard. Rosengard is 0 for 3. Couple of ground balls, a walk and a strikeout last time up. Also scored a run back in the 5th. Rockford's most recent one, he scored. First pitch, fastball outside corner strike at 87. 0-1. It's all fastballs from Colin Stone right now against this Rockford lineup that has gone silent since the 5th, but it's been up and enough to hold up. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back into fastball, 0-2. Rockford's last hit came back in the 5th. They've had just 1 base runner 6th, then a Caleb Durbin walk in the 6th. But it's held up. It's a 4-2 Rockford lead. They've out-hit the Jackrabbits 7-4, leading game 1 by a 2-run score. The ball's 2 strikes, 2 out, bases empty to Rosengard, top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the left and out of play. It hits off the top of the stadium. 0-2 still. Looking ahead toward tomorrow's game here in Kokomo at 7:05 Eastern Time. Rockford gets Jimmy Burnett back on the mound. Here's a 0-2 pitch to Rosengard. Inside, it hit him. Now was a raking ball from Stone, from Stone, and it hit Rosengard. And that one hits the Rockford third baseman, sends him on to first base. Rockford gets Burnett back, and Parker Sosofsky gets the start for Kokomo in that game tomorrow. Burnett looking to rebound after a couple of not so good appearances. Last went 3 days ago against Kalamazoo, and it was pulled after 2 innings, allowed 2 runs against the Growlers in a loss. First pitch to Fiorito, swing and a miss for strike 1. Fastball that ran inside. Fiorito on the day, replacing Jake Vanderwall, is 1 for 3. Rather 1 for 2, excuse me. Time called up for 4-0-1 pitch. Rosengard at first with 2 out. We're in the top of the 9th. Rockford leads 4-2. Kokomo will have 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Check that 5, 6, 7 in their 9th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside. Back pick attempt, and not in time. On Rosengard at first base. Nice call from the catcher, Ben Lavorsi, and Kraus was there when he needed to be. But so was Rosengard by a step. It'll be Kraus, Kang, and Johnson in the home 9th for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Looking to get 2 runs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fiorito. Here's the pitch from Stone. Fastball is low. 2 balls and a strike. So Rockford, first of a 4-game road stretch. All on turf fields. 2 in Kokomo, 2 in Traverse City. All 4 games in beautiful press areas. 2 balls, 1 strike to Fiorito. Pitch. Fastball fouled away on the ground. 2-2. Right near the Rockford dugout. Matt Higgins putting his hand up as if to say, look out to the Rockford dugout, but they're all fenced in. Higgins in the on-deck circle for Rockford. And he is 0 for 3. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fiorito after calling time. 2 feet back in the box. The righty Stone leans in for the sign. Stone set at the letters for a 2-2 pitch to Fiorito on the way. Slider is high and outside, 3-2. Some fans in the stands want strike 3 on that. The pitch was high as called by Justin Clark behind the plate. Full count now on Fiorito with Higgins on deck and Rosengard on first. Looking to encourage Colin Stone, this Kokomo crowd. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Fiorito down on the outside fastball, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left for Kokomo's Colin Stone. 3 outs to get for Rockford. We'll see who comes out on the mound for this 9th inning. Rockford leads at 4-2. Three outs to go, bottom 9. Rockford leads 4-2, and you guessed it, Jared Olson wanted the ball, and Josh Keim and Adam Carey gave him the ball to begin the 9th inning, going for the complete game. 95 pitches through 8. He's allowed 2 runs on just 4 hits. He has struck out 2 and walked 4. facing Jack Krause to begin the 9th inning. Krause is 0 for 2 with a walk today against Jared Olson. The lefty winds and deals the first pitch. Fastball grounded to short. One hops the shortstop. Durbin throws across to first and gets the out by plenty of time to retire Krause. In the right spot was Durbin. It one hopped him, and Durbin picked it up and threw on a hot ground ball. And there's one away in the 9th for Chase Kang. This will be the second complete game for Rockford. Brad Littleton pitched a complete game one-hitter in Kenosha back on June the 11th. Took a no-hitter into the 9th inning, had it spoiled by a Mike Jarvis single for Kenosha, but got the complete game one-hitter in fewer than 100 pitches. Olson can exceed 100 this inning. He's at 96 now, but he cannot begin a new batter after 110. 2 outs to get. Chase Kang is 0 for 3 against Olson. Left-handed batter. And the first pitch. Fastball nicks the outside corner. Strike one from Jared Olson. He's been feeling it despite a high ball count. 56 strikes, 41 balls, 97 total. He's been so efficient so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing on a ground ball foul. First base side on a changeup. 0-2. Brantley Johnson waits on deck, and he will bat for himself. Chase Kang has grounded out, flied out, and lined out today. Most recently a line out to Josh Dudden at second. An error-free game for both teams. 4-2 Rockford, bottom 9, 1 away. 0-2 on Chase Kang. Olson winds and deals. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt, and Jared Olson is 1 out away from a complete game here in Kokomo. What a way it would be to snap a 7-game losing streak, the longest of the season for Rockford. He's got 1 out to get, and it's Brantley Johnson who has one of only 4 hits against Olson today. Singled back in the 4th, the ball that ate up Aaron Mann wide of the first base bag. Since then, he has grounded out to the first base side. 1 for 3 on the day is Johnson, second baseman from Dayton, Indianapolis native, playing about an hour north in Kokomo. First pitch from Jared Olson, lefty on lefty. Fastball high and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. That is pitch number 100 for Jared Olson. So we can keep going but cannot go past 110 if he were to allow a couple of runners to reach. Tanner Probst is warming up in the Rockford bullpen just in case. Olson cannot go the full 9. 4-2 Rockford, 1-0 the count on Brantley Johnson. Lefty on lefty. Olson from the windup. Fires pitch to 101. Fastball at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Olson looking for win number 3. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. The wind of the pitch to Johnson. Fastball, swinging a foul ball left side. It'll clear, 1-2. On deck would be Hagen Severance. Kokomo down to their final strike. Rockford has not won since last Thursday up in Battle Creek. They've lost 7 straight. But can Jared Olson go a full 9 innings and put a big stamp on the end of a losing streak? 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brantley Johnson. Olson set at the letters. Winds and fires the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swinging a fall, hit the right center field. Coming on and not making the play is Butler in center. And 1 hops to him, and a base hit for Brantley Johnson. Brings up Hagen Severance with 2 out. 5th hit of the game for Kokomo. 2nd of the game for Brantley Johnson. Tanner Probst still throwing in the Rockford pen as Olson is now up to 103 pitches. Still 7 below his limit. Hagen Severance has the 2 RBI double off of Jared Olson back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. The only 2 Kokomo RBIs in the game. Enters as the tying run. Wearing number 32 in cream. 7 RBIs this season, no home runs. And the first pitch. Changeup is high for ball 1. Severance batting 143 this season. A multi-RBI game here today against the Rivets on a gap shot to left center field. Johnson at first and 2 out. 1 ball and no strikes. The lefty Olson, the righty Hagen Severance. Belt high set from Olson for a 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball deep left field down the line. This one tailing, and this one is foul. Plenty of home run distance to the pull side for Hagen Severance, but he shot it a few feet foul. Home plate umpire Justin Clark ruled immediately a foul ball. The foul poles do not extend very high in the sky, but that one was pulling foul, and it did all the way. That ball probably traveled in excess of 400 feet. It was a no-doubter had it been a few more feet fair. Instead, a 1-1 count on Severance, who nearly just tied the game. The guy with 2 RBIs today, responsible for both Kokomo runs. 1 ball, 1 strike from Olson. Here's the pitch. Change up high and inside, 2-1. Peter Avenatti would be next. I wonder when Josh Kime's going to pull the plug on Jared Olson. Pitch count now at 106. 2 balls and 1 strike on Severance. Olson leans in from the third base side. Shakes off a sign from Zavoli. Now the lefty has it. 2 balls and a strike on Severance. Here's the pitch. Curved ball is on the outside corner, strike 2. And once again, the Rabbits down to their final strike. Jared Olson rubs off the baseball with a 2-2 count with 2 away to Hagen Severance. Brantley Johnson at first. Rockford leads 4-2. Game 1 of a 4-game road stretch. Looking to snap a 7-game losing skid, their longest of the year. Olson set for a 2-2 at the belt to Severance. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball left field down the line again. Tailing foul, and it ends up going foul once more. That is 2 foul balls with home run distance to the left field side for Hagen Severance in this at-bat. And it remains 2-2. How close can you get? Some of the Kokomo players with both hands on their head as if to say they're so close, and they were. From tying it up, Severance is the tying run. 2-2 to Hagen Severance now. A couple of practice swings from Severance. Olson sets for the 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. No, it rolls fair, and it did roll foul. It was at the plate. The first bounce was at the plate. Rockford Zavoli tried to play the ball, but home plate umpire Clark said it hit foul ground first, and it did, off the batter's box. And the count holds at 2-2. What an at-bat this has been from Olson against Hagen Severance. The next pitch will be the last one Olson can throw before he cannot resume playing beyond that pitch for another at-bat. So if Severance were to reach, Olson cannot face Peter Abenanti, who is on deck. He would face Tanner Probst, who was the Rockford reliever in the bullpen. And Olson has to get it done here. Not this one pitch, though. He can continue the at-bat for as long as he so pleases. This will be pitch number 7 in the at-bat, and pitch number 110 for Jared Olson out of Michigan State. 2-2 on Hagen Severance. Here's the pitch. Fastball is in the dirt, ball 3. Zavoli blocks it in front of him. 3-2. Zavoli's had a great last couple of games blocking balls in front of him. The new catcher for Rockford. 3-2 the count on Hagen Severance. The last at-bat for Jared Olson today, regardless of the result. Rockford leads 4-2, 2 out, bottom 9. A full count with Johnson on first base and 2 out. Here's the 3-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 4, and there's a walk to Severance, and Jared Olson has to come out. I'm not sure if anyone knows right now, and yeah, Josh Kime is now pulling the plug. He does know. So Josh Kime has the pitch count, it being at 111. And that's all for Jared Olson, so he cannot go the distance. It's going to have to be Tanner Probst to get the final out. And the entire infield congratulates Jared Olson, who, if not for that pitch count, would certainly still be back out there. He's got to be upset with himself, even though he's in line for a big win. 8 2/3, longest he's gone. But Tanner Probst has to get the final out. Jared Olson says something to the left-handed reliever from Madison, Mississippi, as he comes out. It's first and second, and the batter is Peter Abenanti. A 4-2 Rockford lead in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Probst will throw his warm-up pitches. We'll take a break. Rivets by 2 with 1 out to go. Tanner Probst finished with his warm-up pitches. Bottom 9, 2 on and 2 out for Kokomo. Rockford lead the Jackrabbits 4-2. The batter is Peter Abenanti, who's had quite the game for Kokomo. He has had some great defensive plays in the outfield in his first game with the Rabbits. The redshirt junior from St. John's University, native of Woodland Hills, California, playing in center field. At the plate, he has a walk, a double, and a single. He's 2 for 2. No RBIs, no runs scored. Got an RBI chance right here. Lefty on lefty facing Tanner Probst to get the final out of the ninth after Jared Olson was over his pitch limit by 1. Olson leans in for the sign, the lefty from Madison, Mississippi from Delta State. Belt high set for the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Tanner Probst looking at his numbers on the season for Rockford. One of Rockford's best relief pitchers. Wearing number 22 in gray. ERA of 3.85. Has 2 saves. His 0-2 is record on the season. 1 ball, no strikes to Abenanti. Olson set and fires away. Fastball is below the knees. Ball 2 at 91 miles an hour. First and second, 2 out. Logan Jarvis would be next. He's not the guy that Rockford wants to face. He's 0 for 4 today, but he is Kokomo's best hitter day in, day out. 2 balls, no strikes on Abenanti. Probst leans in for the sign from his catcher, Michael Zavoli. 1 out to get, but behind 2-0 on Abenanti. Here's the pitch from Probst. Fastball is outside, ball 3. Abenanti squared the bump but laid off, and the count is 3-0. Rockford leads by 2, but the tying runs on first base. Both runs on base are the responsibility of Jared Olson. 3-0 on Abenanti with Logan Jarvis on deck. 2 out in the ninth. 18th appearance for Tanner Probst. Looking to nail down this win for Jared Olson. 3-0 pitch. Fastball is on the outside corner for a strike. A big bounce back pitch, and it's 3-1. First game of the season for Peter Abenanti. He's gone 2 for 2 and walked. Batting 1,000. And Logan Jarvis batting .316 coming in is on deck. Severance at first, Johnson at second, 2 out. 3-1 to Abenanti. Olson winds and deals. Inside, a fastball, ball 4, and that is a walk to draw the bases loaded for Logan Jarvis here in the ninth. Tying run in scoring position for Kokomo. A walk for Tanner Probst, something he doesn't do a whole lot. 33 strikeouts versus now 7 walks on the season. He walks the first guy he faces in 5 pitches. And now it's up to Logan Jarvis and up to Tanner Probst to get him out. Jarvis is 0 for 4 today, so you could say he is due. He is 2 for 9 with the bases loaded this season with 8 RBIs, a .222 batting average. That being said, he's batting .310 overall this season. They're juiced with 2 out. First pitch from Probst. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 1. That one reaches 92 on the Jugs gun. Just to my right. No balls, 1 strike. Jarvis has lined out to first, grounded into 2 fielder's choices. Fly to left his last time. He's 0 for 4. Jarvis an on-base rate of .425 coming in. Was 0 for 5 yesterday in Traverse City. He's 0 for 4 today. No balls, 1 strike, lefty on lefty. Probst holds at the belt. Here's the 0-1 offering. Slider in the dirt. It gets away from Minzy. Coming on home to score is Johnson. Everyone moves up a base. And the tying run is 90 feet away now. That's the first ball to get past Michael Zavoli today. Brings home Johnson. The run is charged to Jared Olson. Runner goes to second and third. And it's 4-3 Rockford in the bottom half of the ninth. The first run for Kokomo since the 4th. And now Jarvis just needs a base hit to potentially win the game. Rockford up by 1 here in the ninth. They're leading 4-3, 1-1 the count to Logan Jarvis, who was hitless today. Second and third, 2 out, infield plays back. Outfield straight up against the lefty Jarvis. Probst leans in for the sign. Come set, letter high for the 1-1 pitch. Here it is to Jarvis. Fastball swing and a miss. Strike 2, slider, from Probst, 84. Slider at about 83, 84. Fastball 91, 92. That was a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down to their final strike again, which they've been 3 times today. 3 separate at-bats. Brendan Chineo waits on deck. 1 and 2 on Jarvis with 2 out. Probst looking to nail it down with a tying run at third base. A 4-3 Rockford lead in the 9th. 7-game losing streak in the balance right now. Probst has the sign and comes set belt high for the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Slider swing and a miss, and Jarvis down on strikes, and that ends it. Tanner Probst fired up as he gets his strikeout to end it, and Rockford ends their 7-game losing streak with a 4-3 win over the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Well, it took to the final strike. A run came home on a wild pitch, but in the end, the most dangerous hitter for the Kokomo Jackrabbits, Logan Jarvis, strikes out against Tanner Probst to end the 9th inning, and Rockford wins 4-3, puts an end to a 7-game losing streak, while Kokomo has lost 6 straight, and Rockford gets back in the win column for the first time in exactly 1 week. An incredible game for the Rockford Rivets, incredible game on both sides. Rockford strands 2 on base in the 9th inning. Kokomo with the bases loaded, then 2 in scoring position, 2nd and 3rd with 2 out. Down by just a run, and the tying run 1 bag away, but Tanner Probst with the strikeout, and he finishes the job, shuts the door, as Jared Olson picks up the win, 8 2/3, 3 runs on 5 hits. Struck out 3, walked 4, pitch count of 111, but he picks up his 3rd win of the season. Was 1 out away from a complete game. It was up to Tanner Probst after Olson went over his pitch limit, but Olson does pick up the win, and Josh Nixon takes the loss on the Jackrabbits side. Rivets improved to 27 and 30. They're now 10 and 6 on the road. Rabbits now 23 and 32, down to 15 and 14 here at home. Game 2 of the series tomorrow at 7:05 Eastern Time, 6:05 Central. Jimmy Burnett gets the start for Rockford against Parker Sisovsky for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Final time of the game, 2 hours and 56 minutes by my unofficial count. The winning pitcher is Jared Olson. Tanner Probst picks up the save for Rockford. Josh Nixon the loss for the Rabbits. Final line, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Rockford. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Kokomo. Rockford puts an end to their longest losing streak of the season, a big 4-3 win over Kokomo here in Indiana. We'll talk to you again tomorrow from Municipal Stadium.